to reinvigorate, rejuvenate, reinvent our lives, our persons, our pathway to our persons as well. You know how many people are missing out on the gifts of life because they have just totally numbed themselves, shut themselves off because of some kind of trauma that they've experienced. Can you imagine? Imagine though. All right, then, let me just give you an example of this. There are a few, right, that they've been very, very talented academically. They've dove into that field of academia, reading, studying, immersing themselves in academia, books, study, theatre, lectures, and other things. And they could come back and they could speak to you on any subject. And then one day, another person or a student, colleague says, come with me. He says, what is it? It says, why don't we just go for a bike ride? What? Bike. And then big grown person never ever rode a bike. Oh, and all of a sudden he's almost like a child trying to even get his balance because he's never put himself into that position. He's never done that. And the body itself is doing its best to balance him, but he's fighting and resisting because it doesn't make logical sense as to why, because of his academia trying to figure out the conundrum of how this thing works. And then all of a sudden he falls. He falls. Okay. So his friend comes and says, okay, let's try this again. So as he's doing it, his friend is holding the bike to balance him out and says, just relax, relax. Oh, I can't. And he's pushing and pulling at the same time and everything else. And the legs and the arms, his brain and everything is going in every direction, but they're not working in synchronization as what they need to. And then the person says, listen, all you have to do is that's the brakes, those are the pedals. Relax and sit down and push with your feet. And when you want to stop, just grip the brakes and the bike will stop. And then they get the momentum. They get the momentum. And then he starts pedaling. And as he starts pedaling, he's feeling the momentum and the coordination of his legs and everything to propel the bike forward and then release. His friend releases him on the bike. And the bike is in momentum and he's in balancing. And he's going forward. And all of a sudden, he's in that euphoria of, I can do this. But the body is saying, We are doing this. We are doing this. And then, of course, he has to learn how to stop now. He has to learn how to stop. Right? So he's watching now a young child who's coming up beside him, who's probably been riding a bike for a few years now. And he's doing it like he's just walking along the street in a normal fashion, but he's on a bike. And he says, Mister, you can't ride a bike. And then he's off and he's doing his tricks, the wheelies and dodging in and out and speeding and everything else, and he's gone. And the academia looks at him. He either accepts his level, or he says, you know what? Not today, but one day. Not today, but one day, we will be there. And it's the same with the athlete as well. Get back to that euphoria of being released, the happiness, what is being offered to you. Get back to the euphoria of being released and what's been offered to you. The performance is just a reward. There's no reason why you can't continue if you're not the best. Participation, self gratification is what we're looking at here as well. Here on the Blacknificent Show, step by step, day by day. Let's do what we can do. Grand Risings, my brother Adam. Grand Risings.
Yes, good morning. How are you? Yeah, okay. Yeah, just wondering. Yeah, I wonder if I might be able to see if there's any information I might be able to get from the Galaxy Massives about this this thing I'm trying to do here in Leicester, because I managed to get some funding, and this funding is about tackling violence against women and girls.
Oh,
And
yes.
I'm just wondering whether anybody in the Galaxy universe, so to say, has got any insights on that, because the more that I'm looking into this, the more that I realize, just what I think has been going on, and being able to piece things together. And I think that I think that we've essentially this whole thing about us, through our enslavement, has really played a massive part in the way in which we relate to our women. And I think that, a lot of the time, we've basically, as a result of our enslavement, I think that a lot of us have been imitating white males, white people, to tell you the truth.
Is the project that you're looking at, right? Is it based around the Black community or the diaspora community?
I'm focused on that, because the money that was available. Of course, it's for everybody, but what parts of the requirements was that it's kind of aimed at community groups.
Okay.
And so, you've got white groups that have been obviously doing it with white people and from their perspective, and then you got Indians who are doing it from theirs. But nobody's really doing anything from our perspective.
I see. So each one is carving their piece out of the pie for themselves in that way.
Well, yeah, they're basically saying, these are the topics that they think is important to tackle violence against women and girls. And as I was saying, I think that the whole thing about our enslavement must still be with us today, even though this took place now hundreds of years ago. It must still be with us today. This whole thing about because I think that the whole thing of violence and or the threat of violence was most definitely a control mechanism used when we were enslaved. And I think that we, in our destroyed mindset, started to imitate white people, where they would say, right, well, you either do this or I'm going to beat you up, or you either do that or I'm going to sell you or sell your child or rape you or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that, that same violence and all the threat of violence is used by us. We do it today against our women and our children as well. Well, what do you think?
Self-imposed torture and things like that. Yeah. Right. Listen. Let me tell you something now. As you're speaking there, I'm just going through my mental dexterity and like various things that I know of what's around, right? And obviously the dynamics. Two things actually, because it's based in Leicester as well, right? And the dynamics of the communities over there are different to what I would say in London, or more. I won't say that vastly different, but because it's a condensed area compared to London, right? You have a lot of cultural inter-reaction, right? Because of living and everything else. So what you would know, you would probably know and probably have more of a interaction like with the Asian community, right? And be aware of things happening in there, like what we hear about in most cases over here, like like honor killings, for instance, and the violence within their communities, whether they be of a religious element or cultural, right? Because I know that they hold their family values really high. Yeah. Right. So now if you compare that now to like an African community, right? Now, if they follow the culture and bring that to the Leicester community, right? Obviously, you get somebody who comes from the continent, right? Compared to a family that has been raised here in the UK, you've got two different dynamics there again. Yeah. So so if I'm answering you from that perspective, right? Because of the generations that we have been here and they have developed over the last, I would say 60, no, I would say 100 years, right? Because we're talking now coming on to post-war, right? And there was a influx post-war and during the war as well of us here in the UK and throughout Europe. So that's a new generation right there compared to what was in the Caribbean. Yeah. So that's a new generation of people. So they're going to be more Europeanized as well, right?
Yeah.
So what you're saying about the slavery thing, I feel, and this is only my opinion, I feel that you have to look on it from the racist abuse that they have endured while they were developing their families in the European concept. And that is more, I feel, of the immediate dynamic of
But who is
impact.
they? If you could just clarify who is they again, because
The
kind of
European
mixed up on the
European systems, right?
Sorry?
The European systems. So I'm talking in the last 100 years, yeah,
Right.
because it's more a racism in preference to the enslavement, yeah.
Okay, so you're saying they, you mean white people?
Yes,
I'm
yes.
not, I've missed, I can't, honestly, I've lost you altogether, I think now.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. If you could just clarify a little bit more, a bit,
Right.
simplify it a bit.
I'm talking the European concept of their social system, right?
Right.
Okay. The European and those who have grown up within that European concept, and those, I mean, resident, like in Europe, in the UK, and such like places, that they have been indoctrinated into that system, right?
Right.
We have a different value or base of cultural identification to what our people in the Caribbean have. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And that is different again in the continent of Africa. Okay.
Right.
So
Yeah.
when you're asking about how do we look at this violence towards women,
Uh-huh.
right? And you're talking from our perspective, I feel that to put it into a perspective, we have to look on from the concept of the Europeanized influences and what was happening within us and who we are. The influence of that has always been you're getting beaten outside of the house, right? And then all of a sudden you're coming home and you're expect to perform like you're in a in a utopia, everything's fine, right? But you haven't
Okay.
done any healing for yourself, or the availability of that healing is not taken up in a lot of cases because of the stigmatary of something is wrong. Yeah.
Right.
And that has been a big battle, I feel, for a lot of families and us as a culture. Straight there, we don't we haven't addressed a lot of the issues over the years.
Yeah, but what I'm saying then is,
Hmm.
so how do we know we haven't addressed the issue? So that means to say that we more than likely haven't addressed these issues over the centuries.
They have. That's
So I mean, like
correct. That's correct.
if this has been going on potentially
Hmm.
since we were enslaved,
Hmm.
then that means to say that that's certain attitudes or beliefs or perceptions has been handed down from one generation all the way since back then.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's far older than living in England, um, and uh,
Mm.
and going through the racism
No, no.
that we
Well,
go through every day.
okay, right. When I say to look on it from what in the European conception, because you're going to be in that arena along with the Asia, the Europeans in there, right? Because they're not going to give you. I don't know. My assumption is they're going to try and amalgamate all into one in one conversation.
No, no, they're not going to do that. No,
Oh, they're going to
this
give
is
you a
me
if they give you a
with this
separate.
funding trying to get an understanding of violence against women and girls from our own African uh, uh, paradigm.
Well, I that is that personally, if it was me, I would look on it from that perspective, right? Because the basically we are so disconnected from our source of morality, of how we do and should interact with each other. It's not within our practice to do that, to be like that, right?
What I mean to be
We may
violent against women and girls.
no to walk to act interact with each other morally, right? There's a lot of us who have no conception of what that is about in any way whatsoever. They will look at women in a or feel that they can treat women in a derogatory way, right?
Right?
Monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, what is the origins of that then, in your opinion?
The westernized perception of how they are being treated,
Well, it's nice section of how they are being. What's another section
right?
of there? Yeah, you can.
Sexualized, right?
Right?
Demoralized, right? No value, right? No family value or anything like that. They have not been an advocate for family values in any way whatsoever.
Yeah,
Any way
these are white
whatsoever.
people. You're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's right. And so, part of my research has taken me to start looking at the origins the origins of certain civilizations,
Mm-hmm.
and I looked into what is the origins of like European civilization, ancient Greece. And I did some research and I looked into it and I thought, well, right, how were women treated in ancient Greece by, of course, white males? So how were white women treated by white men in ancient Greece? Because, of course, that's where white people pinpoint their civilization to in Europe. And I then I read that white Greek males used to beat their women up, enslave their women, mistreat them, and basically treat them in an inequitable manner.
Yeah,
that is what was happening in ancient Greece with white men and white women.
exactly.
And then I thought, right, well, let me have a look at what was happening in our point of origin, which is ancient Kemet or ancient Egypt. And I saw that it was saying that African women were treated equitably. They were given high status or equal status. They were treated well and not treated in a bad manner. And so therefore, once I saw that, I thought, right, well, the origins of the treatment of women by white men has been one of brutality right from the start. And then, but without us, we have been treating our women properly right from the start. And so then I thought to myself, right, so how come then we see violence happening towards our women from us? And I'm beginning to think that when white males left Europe to start invading other countries, and of course, they managed to subdue the men. After that, they could basically treat those African women in the African context anyway. They could treat African women anyhow they wanted to, couldn't they? So I mean, like, once the men were out of the way, then just like they were treating their own women, they were beating up African women, raping African women, brutalizing African women, and that is what became something that was like the standard, because that's how white men treated their own women anyway. So all the women around the planet, white men were just treating them exactly the same. So therefore, I think that, like, whole generations of black boys or African boys were growing up seeing their mothers, their aunties, their female friends, their sisters, etc., being tomped down, kicked down, beat down by white men, and then we just started imitating that what we saw white men do, which was, if you want to get an African woman to do something, use violence and all the threat of violence against them.
Hence, this is why I say, right, we have been indoctrinated into this westernized views and behavioral patterns. Hence, that's why I said that if you want to look at what's happening to that aspect of women, you don't have to go that far back. You don't have to go that far back, right? Let's look at the intensity of what we are growing up in here, what we are doing right now. And I would say the last 100 years, right? Last 100 years or so, right? And
Right.
look at what's happening in the European perspective, and that is an indirect reflection of how a lot of people view and instinctively behave towards each other. Right? It's only us who looks beyond that and adopt those other attributes, right? Who will feel and think in a different way, out of the box.
Right, but don't you think we need to be able to recognize the source of it, the origins of it?
We've done that already. We've done that already. That's why we have chosen to elevate our moral standards and our acceptance and how we show our appreciation towards our sisters.
Well, we as Africans have done that.
We who have taken the journey of self-acknowledgement of who and what we are, our self teachings. And the thing is that you can't impose that on everybody because they're not doing the same works that we have done, brother.
Yeah, Adam. I understand that. I know that. But what I'm talking about is I'm not talking about those who have already taken the effort, made the effort to advance themselves culturally. I'm talking about the rest of us as well. So I'm not talking about just those people who are quote unquote conscious. I'm saying about the whole of us. So don't you think that we as Africans, if we start to say and start to understand that the source of how we are behaving must come from must be influenced by our enslaved back history. Don't you think that would be something that's going to be vital to know?
No. I'm going to tell you that now. No.
Why is that?
Because the fact is that it's only those who are willing to go on that journey, as I stated before, those who are willing to go on that journey, to go and do the works and acknowledgement within themselves of what needs to be done, right? And I'm not saying that we're going to be infallible, because we're not. But the fact is that we have the knowledge, we have the understanding, we have the appreciation of what is required of us to do that. And I'm going to say thank you for bringing this, because this is very much in line with what I was talking about earlier on this rising as well, right? We have to do the work. We have to put ourselves in that position. We have to be the example. I'm not going to go out there and tell another person, because the fact is that if I am the example of what I see as the moral, you show me better. You
Right, but
show me
where does
better.
that put me on my training course then?
Well, the fact is that you have to point it out to them where they have failed, why they are failing. That's it.
That's
That's
why
it.
that's the initial question I came with this morning.
Yeah.
So that we can start to discuss, the potential origins of how violence against women and girls came into our community.
Yeah, and
how we start practicing it. That's what I was saying.
And this is why I say that the thing that we can do is draw that line in the sand of where we are. Let's look at our generation, our existence, right? Look at the what we've experienced over that time, right? What moral standards were we brought up on? What what was we subjected to? I Their entertainment, titillations, right? What do you call it now? Um, when they were debasing to women and everything over here in the UK, anyhow, they were debasing to women, right? And all right, my love, and all that type of thing, and undertones of embarrassing them.
Sexism and things, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, the words just slip me right now, but all those type of thing there, and a lot of us are still living with that. It's all right, you can slap her on the ass. In fact, what they're doing now, what the young men are doing now, they're slapping each other on the ass.
Right.
Right? You understand? Right? Oh, it's all right. We're only playing about and all that. I'll tell you now, you do that. You used to, if you did that back in the day with anybody, right? That would cause war.
Yeah, but let's get back to the violence against women and girls, though.
That is what they do in public. What they do behind doors is another thing.
Wait. Yeah. So okay. So with the violence against women and girls, then all right. So because I just say some men choose to hit each other on their bottom. That's a totally different thing. But what I'm saying is that, like, so with this whole thing about it, so if we can basically help our people to understand that, we may well still be practicing certain attitudes and practices from when we were enslaved, and that's potentially one of the reasons why the violence continues.
Listen,
I mean, it would be good if a female could ring in. I mean, I know you have a very large female following on your show. So maybe then a female can ring in and perhaps give her perspective. That would be great.
Well, listen. Let me tell you something. Now, I know that you've got this thing about you've obviously based a lot of your research on that aspect of the impact of the slave period or enslavement period, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is well justified. Right? But the fact is that if it was me, right? Let's bring it closer to home, right? Because I know that I grew up in the 60s, the war period, and the mass influx of the generation that is here now came in the 40s and 50s, right? So that's why I say bring it back 100 years, right? And let's blame it on that generation and what were the standards then? Yeah, that's
So you
what I
don't
was.
think it could be anything older than 100 years then?
It could be, but let's make it tangible. Let's make it tangible, something that you can hold on to. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, well, okay. I wonder if anybody else, what anybody else thinks about that, because I mean, like, I can still see the tangibility of like how attitudes and perceptions and beliefs and practices has been handed down from one generation to the next, all the way back to when we were enslaved. I can still see the practicality of that. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe if somebody else can bring in and say yes or no. But I don't have any difficulty in seeing how you know, attitudes can be passed down from one generation to the next, all the way back from then. That's why I believe that we still have good hair, bad hair, light skin, dark skin, yardy, smiley, you know, thin lips, thick lips. You know, where do you think that's more than 100 years ago?
Not necessarily. Not. No. Well, yes, it was because it was always mentioned in even Marcus Garvey and Dubois. He mentioned this as well in some of his speeches and presentations as well. Right, listen, I'm going to answer a phone, and I don't want to cut you off, but I'm going to answer this other call. Right, I'm hoping that it's merged both the calls. Right, brother Ade.
How you doing there? You good?
Greetings, my brother. Grand risings to you.
Yeah. How are you? You good?
I'm doing okay. I've had my blow this morning. I've had my blowout, and I'm supposed to be in my midday meditation, but we're in a conversation. Yeah. I'm hoping that Brother Adams is still there.
Yeah, I hope he's still there. I just wanted to ask you, there was a carnival in Leicester the other day. Why didn't he invite us?
You're terrible.
Could he hear me? Is he there? Brother Adam?
No. I think it's locked him out as well.
Yeah. But you don't. I think you're struggling to amalgamate the calls, are you?
No. We've got a new system on here, you see. So, and I'm not too sure if we can stack the calls on here.
Okay, it's only Brother Kwame that knows how to do that, obviously.
Well, they're experts at their thing, you know. Yeah. But, so what was it? What was the thing you said? There was a festival carnival up there.
Yeah, up in Leicester. Yeah, Leicestershire. Yeah. It was some of my phone, the news. Yeah. I just wanted to ask whether he was there. I presume he was there.
Okay then. All right then.
Just wanted to ask with it.
All right then. I see a bit. I'm gonna answer this call, and I know it may cut you out again. All right. Let me just answer this one.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Brother Adams, he's returned. How you doing, my brother?
Yeah, right, fine. It was just like some music was playing in the background.
Okay, right. What I presume, my assumption is, because it's a new system, and I'm trying to familiarize myself with how I can stack and everything on it. So I've got to try and learn how to do that. I've got to learn how to do that on there. But anyhow, anyway, you're back. Brother, it was Brother Ade, and he was asking if you had attended the carnival up in Leicester, and how was that for you?
No, I didn't go.
You didn't go. Okay then. All right then.
How was that? How's that linked to?
I don't know.
What, like the topic?
Listen, you know how this station works, brother. You know how this station works. Come on now. You should come on now. You know how this place works. Yeah. Right. Did we cover your subject as far as we can go right for now?
Okay. Well, I mean, like if nobody's gonna ring in for now anyway, then then
because like usually I do the meditation period at this time, don't I? You see?
Oh right. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right then. Allow me to do that one then, and then we can probably resume after the meditation period. Okay.
What time does the meditation period finish?
It finishes round about 1, but I'm gonna extend it a little bit, so it's gonna go to about 1:15 today.
Yep. All right. Then. Okay.
Okay. All right then. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah.
All right. Bye bye.
All right then. Ciao ciao. That's our brother Adams there. All right. Right. As we usually do, we go into our midday meditations this strong here on the galaxyfwe.net on the Blacknificent show. As you know, that we've gone through the opening segment of the clearing, right? Balancing ourselves. We shall be continuing our conversation this afternoon after about 1:15, but we'll be following up the midday meditation with the ancestral voices. So let's journey with ourselves. Take the opportunity to do some self-examinations, right? Check in on yourself, mind clearing, clear out the clutter from your brain. And also, let's do some future visioning as well. Future visioning. Let's create something for our future as well, okay? And as I always recommend as well, please get a journal. Get a journal, write these things down, because these are the things that are guiding you through into your future. So without further ado, let's go into our midday meditation. I'm going to repeat this one here because I like this tune here. And yeah, we're going to go into our midday meditation this strong here on the Blacknificent show. So with the power of the breath, let's start our meditation this strong.
For every queen, a king will manifest. For every king, a queen will manifest. Every lion has a lioness. Every prince has a princess. There could be no king without his queen. Ain't no queen without her king. Yes, 'cause that's the way the Most High made us to be. Me for you, you for me.
Like a bird with a broken wing, like a bee without its honey. Without you, I am not complete. We were made of perfect unity.
Like a ship that's lost at sea, like a blind man who cannot see. Without you, I am not complete. You fulfill my mind, my soul, my body. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. There could be no king without his queen.
There could be no queen without her king.
Yes, 'cause that's the way the Most High made us to be. People, you for me.
Let us settle down and raise a family, and we will reap the Most High's blessing. 'Cause we will plant and nourish a righteous seed under a holy unity.
For life, I give myself to you and you for me. We'll be together through eternity. No one can tear down what God has deep. Baby, you fulfill my mind, my soul, my body. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Oh, baby. Ultimate respect to you, my queen. You support and strengthen me.
Mutual respect to you, my king. What a love.
Oh, baby. There could be no king without his queen.
There could be no queen without her king.
Yes, 'cause that's the way the Most High made us to be. Me for you and you for me. There could be no king without his queen.
There could be no queen without her king.
Yes, 'cause that's the way the Most High made us to be. Me for you and you for me.
There could be no king without his queen. There could be no queen without the king. If that's the way the most high made us to be. People, you for me. There could be no king without his queen. There could be no queen without the king. Yes, that's the way the most high made us to be. People, you for me.
I go. Fire makes nobody can cool it. When I make a no say that I rule it. Why so nobody can school it.
Respect to all herb junglers, fire bun for all crack smugglers.
It was written that herb is for the use of men,
but still you choose to bring a different plan.
Whoa. Say it is part of our culture.
So I and I will come to blaze up with chalwa. Before I see my black friend that choke on the coke mountain peak where the Rasta youth are see. Up in the east, in the west, down in the north and south, sending the aeroplanes, free up all the nonsense.
Say we need that, that's where the crack, mountain peak, the brand.
Look at them look and the it's the fight of evil, can't you see what you're doing? Every day more and more, your evilness works are revealing. Baby mothers on the street, they are crying. While their children at home, they are bawling.
Politicians in their house, drinking champagne and laughing.
Planting the black man's destruction, trying to increase our population. In the north, in the south, in the east and west, sending the aeroplanes.
Now we need that, that's where the crack, mountain peak, the band. Look at them look and the way that get free.
Baby mothers on the street, they are crawling. While their children at home, they are falling.
Politicians in their house, drinking champagne and laughing.
Planning the black man's destruction, trying to decrease our population. Move away from the death and destruction. From them evilness concepts, we are chant fire, but
Rest in that, so that's where we grab.
More life. Respect to all herb junglers, fire bun for all crack smugglers.
It was written that herb is for the use of men,
but then you choose to bring a different plan.
Whoa. It is part of our culture.
Fire, I and I will come fit blaze up with chalwa. Before I see my black brother choke on the coke mountain peak where the Rasta youth are see. Up in the east, in the west, down in the north and south, free up on herdsmen, sending the aeroplane.
So we need that, that's where the crack, mountain peak, the panda.
Some of them look back and get free. I stagger at the gathering, possessed by a pattern that be scattered. Over the globe, where my vocals be traveling, unraveling my abdomen is slime, is battling grammatics that are masculine. I grab the pit, verbally badgering broads. I wish the matter was back on video LP. I would against all odds, the guy that evil Steven. Proceed to read, not believe in everything I'm reading, but my brain was clean. Need feet and exercise. I didn't seek the best of odds. Just a lot of text, a lot I analyze. Where I rest my eyes to test out the best of guys with punchlines. I'm nesting when it's crunch time. Play your mind like one time in poetry with pussy. I be sunshine, cause I deliver like the sunshine. Come find it once lines. I dumb rhymes, I combine. I'm hyped like I'm unsigned. My diet, I unswine. Eating beef sometimes. I'm trying to come back on that shit. This rap shit is truly out of control. The style is too developed to be arrested. It's the freestyle. So now it's out on parole. They tried to hold my soul in a hole itself, so I sell. I blinded with a break and had enough to make bail. While misdemeanor fell on its knee for the jury. I asked no for his ID, and the judge thought it was two of me. Motion for a recess to retest my fingerprints. Stay relinquished since, cause I was guilty of the sins. I rhyme the rhythm like a swing bite with a dim light. I use insight to enlighten the right shit to skin tight. Words of wisdom well from my windpipe. Imagination's in flight. I spin light like Vince Kite. I pin right. Get open like on gym nights and in fights. I spin right. The look was kiss my prince like I spin nights up in dice. Despite I've been indicted as a freak of all trades. I got it made. I made the bass lines, wrist and wrist, flying drums. Come from a tribe of bums. Hooked on Nico and mums. Had the heart with the more liquor, cause off the more liquor, I fought niggas, now my speech is on quicker. Through the south side streets, with no heat and no sticker. You, I got my back and we don't get no thicker. You, I got my back and we don't get no thicker. You, I got my back and we don't, I check it. I'm a hoe but not a hoe nigga. Ain't scared of no nigga, but it's my turn to go, I gotta go. And I'm going with the storm. Yeah. To all of my people out there, it's time to start acting scared. Yeah. You would have said, if I was to listen to the stories, I believe that you before me, you're wicked and wild. And if I was to listen to the songs, I would believe that every ghetto you love with us at night. If I watch the news and I believe that nothing happens in Jamaica more than war and crime. But I know that God bless people there is the system and the pressure try to keep me out fight, but it's time. Free with my from bondage, moving to the light, yeah. It's time. Bring back love and unity, put down the war and fight, yeah. It's time.
to put away repentance and violence. Yeah, it's time to take back paradise. Yeah. Sometimes you can study things more deeply, try for reason why them don't want to see us unify. Sometimes you feel wonder why instead of opportunity, them give the youth big guns and lies. Sometimes I think why them teach with vanity and shiny things word more than lies. Sometimes all you need is a majority standing up in unity to make things right. So it's time. Free with my from bondage, moving to the light. Yeah, it's time. Bring back love and unity without the war. Yes, it's time to put away revenge, the guns and violence. It's time. Take back paradise. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Time to stop acting blind. Look out for all mankind. Yeah. Don't be deceived by the greed. Yeah. It's time. Free your mind from bondage. Move into the light. Yeah. It's time. Bring that love and unity without the war and fight. Yeah. It's time to put away revenge, the guns and violence. Yeah. It's time. Take back paradise. Yeah.
You're in tune to the Midday Meditation here on the Galaxy FOE.net on the Blacknificent Show.
He that dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of Jah, Rastafari. I'm too blessed to be stressed, too anointed to be disappointed. I'm too blessed to be stressed, too anointed to be disappointed. I am Jah, who is the Almighty, who is the Supreme and Creator over mankind. I can see the sunshine over my life, and I see the future looking so bright. I'm too blessed to be stressed, too anointed to be disappointed. I'm too blessed to be stressed, too anointed to be disappointed. He is all wise and powerful. Jah, his name is so wonderful. Just say if people must unite and be strong. I will give praise to his name continually. Oh, in Babylon, Jah make me strong, strong, strong. I know he will keep me safe, regardless of their evil aims. I know when I call his name, he will keep me in a sacred place. Oh, Lord, 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 Lord. I. Oh, Lord, Lordy, Lord. I'm too blessed to be stressed, too anointed to be disappointed. I'm too blessed to be stressed, too anointed to be disappointed. I have Jah, who is the Almighty, who is supreme and creator over mankind. I can see the sunshine over my life, And I see the future looking so bright. I'm too blessed to be stressed, too anointed to be disappointed. I'm too blessed to be stressed, too anointed to be disappointed. I'm too blessed to be stressed, too anointed to be disappointed. I'm too blessed to be stressed, too anointed to be disappointed. La, 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 la.
Avec toutes ces feuilles, je me ferai un cercueil de chansons d'automne. Je me ferai un matelas en papier sur mon petit toit, en fronçant le doigt. Et tu sais, moi, c'est un petit délire, un petit fou rire au milieu de ce navire perdu en ici. Juste un petit fou rire, un petit fou rire, un petit fou rire.
Hay una que otra excepción, pero todo sucede con práctica. Sí, pero enfoquémonos en la práctica. La medida positiva que aguanta mi táctica de disfrutar de tu error sin derramar una lágrima. El amor de calidad es como una heroína, esa que se inyecta, digo yo, y que también se termina. Me aburre la misma esquina, me aburre el mundo y todo lo que patrocina. Tirémosle una bolsa de caca a esa vitrina. El otoño llueve hojas y no hay nadie que las escriba. El cielo te regala el gris y tú le así la desconocida. Pero no le importa y se le olvida. Las nubes no están ofendidas. Yo miro como una vaca come pasto tendida, mientras otra la acaricia con su lengua tupida. Y que lo diga significa que ahí gusté de la vida. Y que la simpleza me encanta para mi trabajo de hormiga, con misterio, pasión y canciones de intriga, de ficción transgresiva, relaciones obsesivas. Y cuando dije que me iba, era solo un intento de rima, un comentario de retina. El invierno no con una alergia trae hojas hechas con ajo en las patas, bellos amores crueles e inútiles, pero que ni una historia queda deshecha.
En las hojas haré canciones con el sabor del otoño.
Avec toutes ces feuilles, avec toutes ces feuilles.
Me haré un colchón de papel y dormiré hasta que se seque el lodo.
Je me ferai
Pa' caminar sin mancharme, delirante a mi lado, bailado en el campo, que pinche en el globo.
Stopped at the last spot before I hit the train station. Needed some room for the mental relaxation. Yo, son, pass me the medicine.
Yeah, I need to move alongside the Goro. Big, I got red eyes. What? I got red eyes. I got red eyes. red. Give me the medicine. I ain't no leprechaun. It's the healing of the nation. I used to understand, but now I understand. African urban. Yes, I am.
My skills boom through the smoke filled room, feeling the contact like the Mac I then consume. All fools who blunder, so I take them underground. Cause I got the crazy fat sound. I blend it with jazz and mystify the masses. We teach blunt rolling classes.
My dialect reflects hip-hop at its best. After a fat blunt assess, and yes, I guess that you could call it habitual. Why? Cause every day is a ritual.
Dip on my tie stick, look out for Popo Whip. My nigga never skip, cause a bitch like me don't slip. As we elevate, my ghetto mind state, cut like a dove plate. But wait, red eyes. What? I got red eyes. Tell you what, red eyes. Why? I got red eyes. Hey.
Determined, energetic, born to succeed, independently minded. Are you ambitious? Indeed, a new breed, and suckers can't compare to the master. The truth got you trapped in the square. You're restricted, while I'm unlimited, gifted, and I'm even iller when I'm lifted. Stimulated in the zone on the microphone after a bone. To take them home.
Yes, I bring heat, so feel the warmth from my free speech. Believe in Jah, the ganja helps me reach creative levels of enlightenment. And when I'm writing, then you know justice on the mic and then the rules on the map, kid. You took a nap, kid. Taking me out is an impossible task, kid. I'll spark you up, lock you up. Now you're gone. You should have paid attention way back when you were born. Torn into bits, I take gifts of my split. I came to do what the expert will never quit. The medicine, the medicine, the medicine. Back again. The medicine, medicine, the medicine job is coming back again. The medicine, the medicine, the medicine power brings back again. The medicine, the medicine, the medicine job is coming back again.
Now I'm coming up, so don't be running up. Call my crew, big up, Guru pass my cup, red eyes. What? I got red eyes. Hey, pass the medicine, I ain't no leprechaun. It's the healing of the nation. I used to understand. Yes, I am red eyes. I got red eyes. What? I got red eyes. Red, 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 red eyes. What?
Let's sail away somewhere they cannot find us. Let's sail away somewhere they cannot find us. Exploring your body, a designer's finest. Personally priceless, the right movement I left. Yo, I told me say GPS the address. So Orchid needs special attention. Her features calms demons and devils and knows just how to turn on the levers to excite the blood rushing every to the sneakers. 10 out of 10 when she bounce to the steamers. Good job, please imagine all the features. Natural as she born, body tight is a teacher. She makes me fly without any visa. Spiritually connected, but up all the vision. Left beside my right and supporting every vision as people change, she never they start the vision. Guns and millions all over obsession. Satisfy my soul. Don't lose control. Satisfy my soul. Don't lose control. Satisfy my soul. Don't lose control. Satisfy my soul.
I wanna go to a place where no one can find us, yeah. Away from the world, I wanna be with you. No one can make me feel like you do. Take me away, satisfy my soul, yeah.
Satisfy my soul. Don't lose control. Satisfy my soul. Don't lose control. Satisfy my soul. Don't lose control. Satisfy my soul. Satisfy my soul. Satisfy my soul. Satisfy my soul. Don't lose control. Satisfy my soul.
That was our midday meditation this strong. I'm telling you. As I encourage everyone to do, write down whatever comes to mind, journal it, take note, enjoy the journey as well. Share your journey if it encourages you to do that as well. Next segment will be our ancestral voices. Our ancestral voices this strong is to look into one of the orishas out there. Very appropriately, we had a conversation earlier on that was talking about how we look to our sisters. And I had this lined up, I got this thing lined up, and it's amazing how everything just comes in line with what we are speaking here, right? So for all the sisters, and I am dedicating this one to the sisters this strong, but I'm also want our brothers to be in the listening as well. Right? I want our brothers to be in the listening as well. Mainly because you will glean from this information and you will see how you should be acting accordingly as well. So, without further ado, let's go into this strong's ancestral voices here on the Blacknificent Show. And this is a journey of Ushan, one of the Orishas.
The land of the Yoruba people. There lived a goddess so beautiful, powerful, and enchanting that even the mightiest of men bowed before her. Oshun, the goddess of love, fertility, and rivers, was unlike any other deity. She was the spirit of sweet waters, the bringer of joy, and the one who mended broken hearts. But do not be deceived by her gentle nature. Oshun was fierce when she needed to be, and her life was filled with love, betrayal, war, and triumph. Oshun was born with the gift of water flowing through her veins. She was the daughter of Olodumare, the supreme creator, and was placed on earth to bring balance and harmony. From a young age, Oshun had an unexplainable connection with the rivers, lakes, and streams. Wherever she walked, flowers bloomed, and whenever she laughed, birds sang. She was blessed with a beauty that no one could resist. Her golden skin shimmered like the morning sun, and her laughter was like the sound of flowing water. But beyond her beauty, she was wise, intelligent, and fearless. She learned the ways of healing, magic, and diplomacy, knowing that one day she would be called to use her gifts for something greater. When Olodumare sent the first Orishas to earth to shape the world, Oshun was the only female among them. The male Orishas, filled with arrogance, ignored her, thinking that a woman had no place in the grand task of creation. They pushed her aside and tried to shape the earth without her, but something went terribly wrong. The land was barren and the rivers dried up. Nothing would grow and the people suffered. It was only then that the male Orishas realized their mistake. They had overlooked Oshun, the goddess of fertility and water, without whom life could not exist. Realizing their error, they begged Oshun for forgiveness. With grace and wisdom, she accepted their apology, but she made sure they understood an important lesson. No creation could exist without the power of women. She danced along the rivers, and as she moved, water began to flow. The trees turned green, and the earth was restored. Oshun, loved by many, but no man fascinated her more than Shango, the fiery god of thunder and lightning. He was a mighty warrior, a king feared and respected by all. Women fell at his feet, but it was Oshun who captured his heart. She was different. She was not intimidated by his power or blinded by his strength. Instead, she met his passion with her own grace and wisdom. Their love was like the meeting of fire and water, dangerous but beautiful. When Shango was enraged, only Oshun could calm him. She would sing to him in the softest voice, and her touch would extinguish his flames. But their relationship was not without challenges. Shango had two other wives, Oya, the fierce goddess of the winds and storms, and Oba, the devoted and dutiful wife. Both women struggled for Shango's love, but it was Oshun who held a special place in his heart. Among all of Shango's wives, Oshun and Oya had the most intense rivalry. While Oshun represented gentleness and love, Oya was a warrior and stormbringer. Their personalities clashed like the sky before a thunderstorm. Oya was a warrior who fought alongside Shango in battles, while Oshun used diplomacy and charm to influence the kingdom. When Shango had to make tough decisions, he often sought Oshun's advice, which made Oya jealous. Their tension grew over time, leading to heated confrontations. In one of their greatest fights, Oya, in a fit of rage, called upon the winds to stir up a storm, hoping to flood Oshun's sacred river. But Oshun, with her calm but firm power, redirected the water, making the storm pass without destruction. This event showed that while Oya had the strength of storms, Oshun had the wisdom of control. One day, during a heated argument in the palace, another confrontation arose between Oshun and Oya. Oya challenged Oshun, asking, "What can a river goddess do in a war? Do you think you can stand against me in battle? Oshun, calm but unshaken, replied, the river may seem calm, but it can drown enemies. Would you like a demonstration? Oshun refused to fight with weapons, but instead called upon her sacred river. The water rose from the ground, creating a great flood that engulfed the entire palace courtyard. Oya, using her winds, tried to push the water away, but Oshun, controlling the river's flow, directed the flood straight towards her. Oya was forced to retreat, realizing that Oshun's power was just as formidable as hers. From that day on, Oya never again underestimated Oshun. Their rivalry continued, but there was now a deep respect between them. Though Oshun was known for her gentleness, Oshun was not weak. She was a master of river magic, and her power extended far beyond what people assumed. In battles, she did not fight with swords or brute force, but with cunning and supernatural charm. One day, a great war broke out, and Shango's kingdom was under attack. The enemies were strong, and brute force alone was not enough. It was then that Oshun stepped forward. She disguised herself as a dancer and entered the enemy camp. With her beauty and enchanting songs, she bewitched the enemy warriors, making them fall into a deep trance. While they were under her spell, she whispered secrets into their ears, planting confusions in their minds. By the time Shango's army attacked, the enemies were fighting amongst themselves, and the war was won without unnecessary bloodshed. The battle proved that Oshun's power was just as mighty as Shango's thunder and Oya's winds. Shango's land was constantly raided by a particular warlord from a neighboring kingdom. He was arrogant and believed that only warriors with weapons could decide the fate of kingdoms. Shango, furious about the repeated attacks, prepared for war. But Oshun warned him, saying, "Let me handle this, my king. Some battles are not fought with fire, but with water."
I see. Stir it up.
Knowing that the enemy warriors depended on the great river for drinking water, Oshun used her divine powers to pollute the waters with an incapacitating agent. The warlord and his army drank from the river, and soon they became weak and sick. As the enemy struggled to recover, Shango's warriors launched a swift and decisive attack, defeating them without a long, drawn-out war. The warlord begged for mercy, and Oshun, in her wisdom, told him, "Now you know that even water can defeat the strongest warrior." He swore never to attack Shango's kingdom again, and peace was restored. Oshun has demonstrated her love, loyalty, and support for Shango in many ways, including a period when Shango's chiefs plotted to betray him. Hoping to overthrow him while he was away at war, they planned to take over the palace and declare a new ruler. But Oshun, ever watchful, discovered their plan. Instead of confronting them directly, she used her power of manipulation and enchantment. She invited the conspiring chiefs to a royal feast, pretending to be unaware of their betrayal. She charmed them with her beauty and wit, making them let their guard down. As they drank from the golden cups, she whispered words laced with magic, filling them with fear and doubt. That night, they had terrifying dreams of Shango returning with thunder and fire to punish them. Overcome by paranoia and guilt, the chiefs confessed their plans themselves, fearing Shango's wrath. When Shango returned, he found that Oshun had already defeated his enemies without a single drop of blood being spilled. On several occasions, Oshun proved that war could be won with wisdom and not just weapons. Despite her love for Shango, their marriage was filled with challenges and heartbreak. Shango, being a warrior king, was often away at war, and his attention was divided between his wives. He was passionate but also impulsive, and at times he hurt Oshun without realizing it. One day, in a fit of anger and pride, Shango accused Oshun of betrayal. He believed that she had used her charm to influence political matters in ways he did not approve of. Though her heart was broken, Oshun refused to beg for his trust. Instead, she left the palace, returning to her sacred river. The moment she left, Shango realized his mistake, but it was too late. Oshun, though still loving him, chose to stay by the river, where she was worshipped as a goddess of fertility, love, and wealth. To this day, Oshun remains one of the most beloved Orisha in Yoruba tradition. She is called upon by women seeking love, by mothers who wish for children, and by those who need her healing touch. Her rivers continue to flow, and her name is sang in songs of joy and hope. Though her love story with Shango was filled with passion and pain, she emerged not as a broken woman, but as a goddess whose strength lies in love, wisdom, and the ability to heal. Oshun is not just a goddess of rivers, but a symbol of beauty, resilience, and the power of self-worth. Through her journey of love, rivalry, betrayal, and transformation, she teaches us that true power lies in knowing when to be gentle and when to stand firm. A mythical path filled with passion, devotion, and the courage to walk away when no longer valued continues to inspire those who seek love, healing, and self-respect. As the rivers flow and her name is whispered in prayers, Oshun remains a force of abundance, joy, and grace, both in the divine realm and in the hearts of her devotees. I hope you have enjoyed this exploration of Oshun's mythical journey. Please like, comment, share this video, and subscribe to our channel for more educative and inspiring stories and myth. Until next time, this is Folktales by Firecat, where history comes alive.
What's happening?
What's happening? Check it out. It's critical. The situation is pitiful. Bear in mind, you gotta find something spiritual. We never came because we blame it on the system. You ought to listen whether Muslim or Christian or any other type religion or creed. Because what we need is less greed. We can't continue to kill ourselves. We gotta build and expand our wealth. So one more time, I'll design a rhyme divine to educate and elevate your mind. Nowadays, we gotta fight to live. Human beings, we got a right to live without the homicide, without the genocide. Don't tell me let it slide, I'm feeling ghetto-fied. So be a soldier of truth. Protect the lives of our youth.
What's happening?
Living in this world, what's happening?
What's happening? In the land of the free, home of the brave. Too many of us reach such early graves. They tell us to behave, but they don't know about the neighborhood drug flow. They don't know about the drama or about the guns. I ask how many politicians steal our funds and how many officers will turn out corrupt. The governments don't hear, they pass the buck. I'm growing tired of the trickery and the misery. It's making me kind of sick, you see, but now I meditate so I can get it straight. My thoughts penetrate so I control my fate. So be advised by the wise and conscious one. We take the easy way out too often, son. We better get some kind of work ethic. realize it and correct it.
What's happening? Yes, my people.
What's happening?
What's happening?
Dead children left, victims of an unjust society. But for those who are blessed, we must correct
life
this
can be,
mess or disappear.
Telling you.
How many teachers
This is one of the things, because all right, then your first time you're coming onto the show, yes, sir, yeah. And as I say, I'm broadcasting live on galaxyfwe.net right now, so welcome, right? So how you would like me to address you? What name would you? Boss lady. Okay then. Right. So welcome anyhow. Welcome to the galaxyfwe.net. Right. Don't stand up so stiff like we are interviewing. Just just be yourself, man. Okay. Right. Listen. This is one of the subjects that was brought up earlier on, right? And this was uh basically women and being abused, right? How can this be addressed, right? And why do you think that it may be happening as well, right? First of all, welcome, as I say, welcome to the show, and just speak your mind, as you are right there right now.
Women have been abused because it all started with a system that had no respect for how can I put this out? How can I word this?
Just bring it into a perspective that you can say, this is what I have seen, and then and what do you know? Yes.
What leads me to write books now?
All right.
Women left by themselves, standing alone, especially women with children. The abuse starts from the system.
Okay. All right.
The abuse starts from the system, not because a man stepped in their home with an abusive behavior. But it all started when a system attacked a family. It creates a generational curse. So these young men who have gone through a system that has no sympathy, no empathy, no love.
Yeah.
These young men, because what we don't understand is that men have feelings, not because they are men. And especially in the Caribbean and Africa, they tell you to toughen up your man.
That's right.
Men have feelings just like women. And they can be hurt and harmed just like women. So when they start to abuse women, it's not just coming from it's in their blood, or it's not. It's coming from somewhere. It's got a root.
Yes, exactly. Because they're not born into that.
No. They got many men, especially I'm talking about from experience in this country. Many of these young men that abuses women, they're brought up in a system that is so cruel and deadly that they have no choice, because they have no way out of that pain that they incur with the system.
I hear that one.
So what they do, they transform it to a female who they believe is weakened. So yes. These men who beat on women, these men who abuse women, they are hurting as well.
Yes.
Because it takes a hurt person or a person who have been scarred to transfer that, because they don't know anything else but to hurt.
I think you hit the nail on the head there, They don't know. They have not nurtured their feminine, masculine balance.
Right.
Right? They have no way of verbalizing and expressing. Right? It's like a man. I would put myself in this as well, right? I'll put myself in. I'm an only child, right? I grew with my mother. I grew with my mother. So in that way, dear, I'm on the back foot already, right? I'm a man or male child growing in a female environment, right? So I have never been tested by the presence of a male in the household. I go to school and it's an all boys school. So I'm growing up in that environment. Yeah. So I haven't even had that interaction with um uh peers like young girls of my age. I haven't even had that interaction. Right? So I haven't even developed the language of communication. Right? Then I left from there, gone into the engineering field, which is a mainly masculine environment. The only time you see women is when they're in the office, yeah, doing some administration or something. That's the only time you see women. So therefore, the whole of my main life, education and everything else, has been in a male environment. For me to learn the skills of interaction, I have to go outside of my bubble to learn them skills. Right. So therefore, probably I know I know I messed up big time many a time. Speaking with like young women and how them perceive me and everything else, because I'm treating them just like boy, because I don't know the difference between man and then you have that that as you're growing up, the adolescent urge, right? And of course, we test and we do and test and everything and whatever. But if I knew if I had grown up in that environment of equal expression and how to do and how to communicate, and I probably would be a different person right now. You understand? So it's very, very similar to what you're saying. Very similar. Just to clarify, what region you're in? Which area you live?
I'm in the UK.
In the UK. All right then. Right. Right. So you see the difference, for instance, from where you grew up.
From where I come from.
Right.
I come from Jamaica.
Right. To where you are now. And you can see the values are completely different.
Oh yeah, very.
You see? Hold on. I have a call. I have a We'll come back to that in a second. I got a caller online. Let me see if I can get him up so you can hear. Greetings, caller.
Hello there, brother Austin.
Hi. How you doing? We have Boss Lady on the line. I'm hoping that she'll be able to hear you.
Yeah, how's she doing there up in Yorkshire? Where is she? Chapeltown?
You see,
there's a lot of Jamaicans in Chapeltown.
I have to.
Bradford.
East Yorkshire. I mean, near to the city centre.
Okay, Humberside. That's more like Humberside, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Humberside, yeah.
Careful, you might sat nav, so be careful with this brother,
yeah. Anyway, but that's like you were saying. I mean, abuse of women, it's learned behavior.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in African culture. It's what the African people learn from
Okay,
white people.
Let's hold on, brother Eddie. Break this down. Don't just throw it at us. Break it down. What is the African culture towards male-female interaction and then relationship level? Go on, break it down for us.
Yes, but I mean, you have to respect women. You worship women. You mentioned the Orishas, Oshun.
Mm-hmm.
Oshun is the goddess of the river.
Same.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Water. I worship ocean, brother. Mm-hmm. I mean, my ambition is to be buried to see burial.
Same.
Because I mean, I come with nature. I go with nature. I'm a nature person. You know?
There
So
you
it's that
go.
I have respect for women, almighty respect. You see, but I asked me what you see. Sometimes when we lose our perception when we enter Europe, we start to copy our bad habits, and we must come up with all of that. You know, I mean, look at white people they're stationed. There's a case going on now in Kenya. You know, they abused while they were stationed there. I think it's the 70s or recently, over the last 50 years. They abused all the African women there.
Exactly.
And killed in a lot of cases. There's a case for murder. They kill a lot of the women there.
You see what you're saying there, right? Because we hear of reports of this type of thing. Obviously, it does happen, but we hear of it. Very few of us would experience this. Very few of us will experience this. Very few of us will live in an environment where they would fear that. You know what I mean? Right? Because we know for a fact, right? That you know what? If you say the wrong thing, look at the wrong person, and whatever, your life change. Right? And that is the fear that so many people are living with. Right? So imagine now that being a condition of you just being born a female. Right? This. I mean, I know brother Adams bring the conversation to us initially. But you know, as we do here on the Blacknificent show, we take on a conversation because that is the nature of the program, so that we can discuss anything that approaches us, and we can cover that subject. You understand? So we're open in discussion like that.
I mean, when you mention the riches, you have 12 or 13 deities. I mean, forgetting about on Yoruba. I mean, you got Shango, the god of iron.
I know. Listen, my brother. She has been talking to me for the past 2 weeks, right? Oshan. She has been talking to me for the past 2. She's been giving me messages and messages and messages for the past 2 weeks. She won't come and talk on the show. So I say, all right, then come and let's see what you can do for you. And even before I open my mouth, right, even my selection of what am I going to play, everything just come in line, right? I look on this. I got the sister here. First time we met, right? And I said, let me try this new medium, and she's come up, and wow, you're an author, that's right. You're an author, yeah. And
I begin to write my life story.
oh wow, brilliant. And I encourage, and as we do on the Blacknificent show, we encourage people to journal, right, and to write and express whatever they need to, right, and especially to write because of that tangibility of getting it down on paper and leaving it as a legacy for those after and around you as well, which is very important because we learn from each other's journey.
Okay, brother
yes,
Ashton, let me quickly break it down further for you. There's the old saying in the African world, it's a tale called Mami Water. Mami Water.
Okay.
Water
we'll come to
is
that in a minute.
We'll
come to that in a minute. Yeah?
Go. You listen, brother.
Sorry, my brother. Come again, please.
Mami Water is a folklore in West Africa. Okay, it's the story of half human and half fish women.
Yeah,
we turn it into different things. You know, so beauty. Anyway, you know, it's a long story. It's a long tale. I mean, she is respected. You know, Mami Water. You know, you remember that. I don't know whether anyone has brought you onto Galaxy before. I've been wanting to say this for a long time. Yeah, it's a spirit of the sea. To have human, have fish. It turns into different things. It's detail, beauty, wealth, and everything else.
Listen, you know how we stay upon Galaxy, right? Over the years, we journey into the origins of us as African descendants and ancestral appreciation. Yeah. Okay. So even with that, we know that any of those elements and part of the journey, whatever region of the continent, we like to know about those things, right? So today is your time to bring them to the forefront here, right? Okay.
Yeah, are you talking to me or the lady in Yorkshire?
No. We know that you want to make connection already. We hearing you, right?
Okay,
Actually, I was about to bring her forward. I was about to bring her forward. What do you have to say about that, my sister? Do you acknowledge like other deities in your understanding of life, or have you?
In my understanding about our culture that has been stripped away, is that from what I've been reading about, seeing, hearing, history has unfolded, open up doors, the truth has come alive. Our deity are what kept our ancestors alive. That's what kept them going. That's what kept them fighting battles, unseen battles. So I'm not against them.
Yeah. And this is one of the things, and I'm very glad that you put it that way, because you'll see that, and you acknowledge that is what kept them going.
Yeah.
That was the base of their spirituality and their life force and their life. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And this is very important, that we have to acknowledge the journey, however it is, right, and what it is, and be honest as well. Let's be honest as well as to how it has been and how it is being used even today. And this is why I ask you, because in your journeys, like probably you've been to other places and everything, you may share with us that, have you experienced the presence of these other deities around where you've traveled, or even like where you are now?
Yep, I do, because I've noted one in one of my books. Lamona, who she's from Ghana. And when they went for her, she spoke to a tree. She spoke to the tree. And in the river, I was reading about her. And I highlighted her in one of my books.
There you go.
And her spirit still live on till this day.
Exactly. The essence is always alive.
Yeah.
The essence is always alive.
So I believe in whatever our ancestors were doing spiritually. I believe in them.
Yes. Very good. And one of the things that I'm looking at, because I've done well, I won't say extensive. I've just done research, and it's one of my interests, one of my side interests, to learn about different cultures and what makes them up, right? So part of that obviously is embracing the spiritual journey as well in there. So when I'm doing my research, I have to be aware of that, even though we probably glimpse past them, but they are still living entities. You understand? And to invoke them, it probably just takes the name, right? But it's not a case of that you're opening yourself to be like possessed in that way. It's just to acknowledge like they are there. They are there, you know? So therefore we embrace the presence of them in that way, yeah?
I know that's an experience. If you don't mind me sharing it, or just a shot.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. When I was pregnant with my younger daughter, I was 15. My older daughter, my first
I was gonna say younger one is 50.
I was 15. So I was living in Kingston at the time with my partner. And one afternoon, one Saturday afternoon, I went to sleep. And as I went to sleep, I went in I went in the dreamland.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw this woman. She was all dressed in full white uniform as a nurse.
That's it.
With a big white bungle on her head. And she had long, pretty, silky black hair down to her bottom. And all she was doing is pacing to and fro from the gate. I said, you must go home. I said, you must go home. Go home. That's all she was saying. And I jumped out of my sleep. And when I jumped out of my sleep, I started to feel cramps and pain to the point where I passed out. 3 months pregnant. I woke up in the hospital. And when I woke up in hospital, a doctor, a large, left-looking, tall, chopped-in Chinese doctor stand up on my bed. And he said to me, Nicola, we're taking you to theater today. I said, for what? We're going to take the baby. Wow. And I plugged everything out of my arm. And I left the drip and the trolley in the bathroom and walked straight out of the hospital, University Hospital in Kingston. And I went home and I told my mother and I described the woman. And my mother looked at me and said to me, it's your grandmother.
Hey.
She was a midwife.
See?
She was a midwife. She was a nurse. She was Indian as well. She was a coolie woman.
See? These are the things that many of us are. I mean, I've had a similar experience in them ways there as well. That I get visitations as well, and yeah, this is what we are. This is why I say we open the channel, right, and be aware that they will come and visit you if it's necessary.
That's how I met my grandmother.
There you
That's
go.
how I met my grandmother. She died long before I was even a thought in my our father's head.
There you go. You see?
So that made me to hold on to the fact that our ancestors, have lived this life and communicate with these elders, because I call them the elders. Not only a mythical creature, but I call them their elders in the spirit world.
Yep.
And they were their guide in their time.
Exactly. And this is what I am glad that you shared that with us. And this is the thing. Remember now, she's been calling out to me for the past few weeks. Okay? I usually have another co-host with me. But I'm aware of her going through her journey as well. So there are certain subjects I wouldn't bring into our conversation, right? Yeah. But at the same time, I'm still enjoying and embracing my journey, my personal journey of looking into who, what, where, and everything, but this woman, this woman here, right? And even I was out the other day, and I was in that state of like, you have that subconscious thing of that you've just read something, and then you're obviously glowing and emitting that, right? So I'm there, and then all of a sudden, I have 3 friends around me, 3 female friends around me, right? We all know each other very well and everything like this. And where I was, there was a like a lot of man there. It was like at a dance type of thing, And I'm there and I'm just talking with one and everybody and everything, and then this man, you could see him just looking at me, and he said, "How you control so much?" Because I don't control them. Because they choose to be around me, and that's all it is. Because it ain't nothing big. It's just how it is. And right at that moment, I know say Shango was right with me, right there. You understand? Because as it was saying in the depiction there that was playing, that he was that type of man as well, right? So you have to be aware that we can take on those things, and they will use us, and we will emulate that same type of thing, the same energy. Yeah, I mean, it's like when you came on and you were preparing some batter to make some saltfish fritter there. I just say, look on this now. Look on. If she knew what she was doing, you would never know the journey, what it come to us to meet together like this now. You know? But I appreciate.
No spirit. We live in a spiritual world where people some think that we live in a scientific world, but no, we live in a spiritual world.
I think that's our.
It's not all about science. It's about the spirit. And when spirit meets spirit,
and
some spirit meets spirit and it becomes a battle. Some spirit meets spirit and it becomes power, motivation. It become a movement.
Yeah. This is my first time meeting you, as I've mentioned before. Could you tell us about the material that you produce in your books and the ones that you have released, and where and also where we can get them as well?
Yeah, well, my books have been coming up. I've written from the depths of my soul, the depths of my afflictions, all that I've gone through since I came into this country. I came into this country in 2002, and I had 3 children before I came into the UK, in Jamaica. I came here, I fought. I've never given up on my children. I've never left them. Every penny that I've worked, I've sent back home to make sure that my children are provided for. So when I had my twin daughters in 2005, I did not have, I was just fired from a job. Well, terminated. It wasn't fired, but I was terminated because of my pregnancy, and I just started work with the company. 3 months into working, I found out I was pregnant. So they terminated my contract.
Yeah.
My status as nearly to run out. So not having a job, pregnant, not having finance, the father didn't want it to know anymore. So I was left holding a pregnancy, jobless, and nowhere to live. So I went through that period of my trimesters. I brought my children to terms, went to give birth to my children in North Middlesex Hospital. I spent 10 days in North Middlesex Hospital because I was worried. I have nowhere to go. I was staying with my sister-in-law just before I went into hospital. And she sent a message, my brother's wife, ex-wife now. She sent a message with her boyfriend to tell me not to return back to her house in hospital.
Oh boy.
So now I'm in hospital. I don't know where I'm going with 2 babies.
You're really playing some cricket game, yeah. You're playing some cricket game.
I don't know where I was going with 2 babies. All sort of things start to run through my mind. Johnny, say big up yourself. And then there's my cousin in the chat. Came to visit me in hospital. I told her my situation, and she said, "Come stay with me." She's right there.
I see.
Anyway, 1 month on, I went to the council, local authority, social service in Tottenham, where sports football ground is.
Yeah. I'm familiar with that area. Yeah.
I walked in there with the pushchair, with one single pushchair with 2 babies lying on their side. And I didn't even say nothing to the woman. I walked in and she got up and meet me halfway at the door. And she said, "What do you want now?" And I said to her, "Miss, good morning. I've got 2 babies. I've got no job. I've got no status. My status just ran out and I've got nowhere to live." And the woman looked at me and said to me, "I don't know why when you Jamaican come here and it's hard with you, why don't you go back to your yard? Go back to Jamaica. We can't help you."
Wow.
walked out of that office. And I walked up Tottenham High Road to Bruce Grove, right at McDonald's, right where the post office is, the bus stop, and I stopped there. And I look up and I said, God, why me with tears running down my face? I didn't care who was watching, who was listening. I just said, out of every woman going to IVF clinic to get babies, you give me 2 and know my situation. And I heard a small, still voice said to me, because I know you can, I know you will endure this. That's why I gave them to you.
Rocks.
I tell you, I went through hell. The same 2007, I went to Haringey Council housing office at Seven Sisters. And I said to them, I'm homeless and I'm tired now. And they told me to go and get my status sorted out and come back. They can't help me without my papers.
Look at that.
I walked the street of Tottenham till I end up in Bedfordshire, where I did what probably many mothers wouldn't do because of fear. And I got a job. I wouldn't say what I did online, but I did what I have to do. Because now I'm catching here, I'm catching there, people locking me out, people changing their locks on me with 2 babies. I'm tired. So I went and get a job. And I put a roof over my baby's head. And in 2011, I ended up with another baby. And this time, I was even in the Bedford paper. Because I was homeless now. I was evicted because my lawyer told me that I should quit my job. Because now I'm fighting for my immigration status. They are going to use it against me. So she said, Nicola, quit your job, you have to. So now I quit my job. I can't provide for my children. Now I have a young baby, 1 month old. The landlord take me to court, got back his property, bailiff come change the lock. So now I'm standing outside with not only 2 daughters, but 3 babies. And a 1 month old baby, the rain coming down, 2 different foot of shoes from my foot. Most of my stuff are scattered on the lawn. Don't know where I'm going. And the church that I was going to, I asked the pastor to help me because they had properties, empty rooms, and he said he can't help me. The church have what? I said, they don't have finance. I wasn't asking you for finance. I was asking you for a place to live, and you turn your back on me.
Wow.
So I had no choice but to go right back to London, where I started. Went back to London, sleeping on my friend's sofa with my baby and my 2 daughters lying down on the carpet, not going to bed until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning because they are up chatting to their man, their partners all over the world. So I have to wait until they're ready to go to their bed for my children to go to sleep. So the school had concerns because they're sleeping in class because they're not getting enough rest. So the health visitor came and saw me in this house, this flat, with so many people in it. So she said to me, Nicola, where do you sleep with the baby? So I said, in the sofa. And she said, oh my God, no, Nicole, you can't do that. That's a risk. That's cut debt.
But what can you do?
So she said to me, yeah, what? I'm going to make a call to the no recourse team to public funds. That's how I first come in contact with social service, with the system.
Okay.
Because I refused to go to the system. I used to work in care with the young children from 11 to 16 going to their independence. So I know what care is all about.
Yes.
So I refused to go down that road. Anyway, I had no choice now. She called no recourse team. They took me on. I started to get the child tax credit. So now Haringey Social Service, no recourse team, wanted to exploit £800 out of my pocket to house me and my children. Oh yeah. When I said it to somebody, they said to me, no, Nicola, that's wrong. What they are telling you is wrong. So the manager thought I was stupid. So anyway, they housed me. One day I was disciplining one of my twin daughters. And the baby heard her screaming. And they called social service. They called police on me. And police then notify social service and whatever. Even though the police said we have no problem with what you did.
Mm-hmm.
But because we are called out and it's a child, we have to accept what you have to do.
Yeah.
So that's how I come in contact with social service. And since then, they've never left me alone.
Okay, so you're in the area that
they took one of my grandchild in the system.
Mm-hmm.
They break my children to the point where my two daughters, how can the two child go into one school, the same school, get permanently excluded a month apart?
Both of them.
Both of them. With no written information why you permanently excluded my child. All you do, you make a phone call to tell me that, well, this is our decision. And they go into the proof. So I said, no, they're not going to the proof. So I start writing.
So okay, all right.
Yeah, one of my book is called They Can't Quench Me, because I know about the social service then use the school as a weapon against me and my household.
Mm-hmm.
Because I refuse to bow to anything that they said.
Mm-hmm.
So they use the school to work. They weaponize the school against me and my children.
Yeah.
So one of my book is called They Can't Quench Me, which is the first book.
Mm-hmm.
The second book is called Excluded at Home. They're both on Amazon.
Okay, great.
They Can't Quench Me will be released on the 30th of August. They are ready and prepped and ready.
Oh wow! Oh, so it's only just releasing now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I just started writing. I'm writing.
Well done. Well done. So in many ways, this is kind of like a blessing to you still. Absolutely brilliant.
Yes. Trust me, these books, they're not just books. They are a blueprint for every mother in the UK to wake up, rise up, and stand against systematic abuse.
Are you? Well, let me tell you something. Get yourself a pen and paper. Get yourself a pen and paper right now, yeah? Okay. So you can see our sister there, right? She's releasing some books. They're gonna be released at the end of this month. So listen, we can, as a Galaxy family, we can go and support this sister to pre-order these books as well. As she states that they're on Amazon, right? So as we speak here right now, we can look to see if we can pre-order those books there, and you know what, share it with others as well, because the journey is arduous right now. It's arduous for many of us, and I'm sure that many of us have had a journey to talk about, and we need to. Here I am. Right. And I'm sure, right, that when we get into the habit of writing these things, right, there will be somebody out there who's going to want to hear, want to get to know what's going on. And it may not even be for us directly, because I'm hearing what our sister boss lady is talking about. And I'm going to say as well, right, I am very, very pleased that we were able to hear her account of what's been happening for her, right? And I'm sure that we would all wish her the best in the future, along with that one. Who is this? Razmike? Razmike, thank you for the rose there, sir. All right. Anyhow, listen. Put this down. This is for the connect with this station here, right? www dot right Galaxy Afawi. So it's Galaxy Afawi AFIWE .net. Okay, My name is Aston, Aston. Okay, and this is the number. This is the number to come and call us directly here, right? So it's 074 953 953
Yeah.
60. Okay.
Is it 2 times 953?
Yes, right. Yes.
Okay.
Right. Let me tell you something.
60.
Yes.
All right.
If ever you need any help or anything, you reach out to we, Galaxy.
Thank you.
You hear me? Right? We're based in the Peckham area.
Okay.
Right.
Great.
You know Peckham. If you come to London, you know Peckham. Right? We're based in the Peckham.
My son that come from.
Right. But we have presenters all over the world. You hear me? Right? So your book, remind us again of the title.
The launch date is the 30th of August.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops, sorry. And the book is They Can't Quench Me.
Okay.
So I will be in town at Old Freedom March on the 30th of August. But I'll be out there on the 29th as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay then.
Yeah.
Where will that march be?
It's a Freedom March, so I'll be out there on the day that my book launch will be.
Okay.
My book is launching on Amazon Kindle.
Okay then. Okay. We're gonna see what we can do to get you back on here. I'm gonna ask you as well. Before the date, closer to the date, contact me, right? Or us here, just by calling into one of the talk shows on here and mention there, especially like on a Saturday, right? Like a Saturday morning. In fact, I would love you to call in this. Oh, look at this. I got it right here. Right? Especially this. So, oh, you got your plan, you got your banner and everything already. Yeah, man. Brilliant. Excellent.
I will be out giving out leaflets
Mm-hmm.
on the 29th.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Right. I'm sure you can pre-order that as well.
Giving out my leaflets on the 29th at the Freedom Festival.
Mm-hmm.
So I got everything lined up.
Okay. Digital. Okay then. Okay. You're releasing it on a digital format? Is that right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so
and
paperback. Okay then.
Yeah.
Right. I have it here and I have it all lined up ready for my copy. I don't know what Uno I got though, but I got my one lined up. Right.
It's ready for pre-order. You're ready for pre-order.
There you go.
The other one is gonna launch. The second one is gonna launch on the 8th. I think it was the 8th of September.
Okay.
For Excluded at Home.
Yeah. And there's so many that is such a subject that I think that we'll have to cover that another time, right? Because that is a thing that I would like to line others up with that as well, because it is a very emotive subject.
Yeah, it's motivated as well, and I also have script for Netflix as well. Already have my script.
Hey boy. Oh yeah. You're not playing.
No.
You're bringing down the system you're bringing down the system by yourself.
Yeah, all by myself. Yeah.
Excellent.
I told them I'm not my ancestors, but the spirit of my ancestors are standing with me.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. That's right. Right. Listen, I want everybody who's on the network as it is right now, right, to go and follow Boss Lady, right? And Raz Mike, thank you very much for your right. Oh, where's the march? Where's the march? Please read out the
It's in
title of it.
Hull City Center.
Hull City Center.
It's a freedom festival. It's not really a march, it's a festival.
Okay.
But and you know what, yeah? I just got up out of the blues and said to my colleague, you know, I'm gonna go in town the day when my book launch.
Mm-hmm.
And she said to me, she went on her phone, she said, let me go and see what's happening on the 30th of August. And she said, Nicole, it's a freedom festival, you know. And I'm like,
really?
No way. So yes.
Excellent.
You will be there. My God.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Perfect.
Excellent. Well, I will say to you, hold on. There you go. What you sold one of them already. So okay.
Thank you.
The least we can do. Yeah? Anyhow.
Thank you.
That's okay, my dear. Listen, as I say, I would like you utilize our station because it's a community station and we're worldwide. The subject, I feel that we've only just started the subjects that you can cover in your own right, and also to be a contributory factor to what other people are going through as well. So tune into Galaxy on a more regular and get to know who the presenters and yeah, you can download the app, right? On the Zeno, okay. And then you can yeah, it's a 24/7 station and everything else. All right.
No problem.
Okay then.
And to top it off, that hurting people are still going around hurting people. So in order to dismantle that, we need to start looking at every human being as human being and not looking at just a man because they are a man, they don't have feelings. They do have feelings. Our sons have feelings.
And it's right. Let me tell you something now. This is the thing. This is part of the journey of like the Blacknificent, because you have to go through that journey of of really balancing yourself out. So you have to look at all that, build that up. Some of us from the ground or beneath the ground, even to build it up to a state that you can actually stand. Yeah. And what happens when you do that and you combine it with everything else, you become that stronger element.
Yeah.
Right? Hence, that is why I could be in that circle amongst our sisters. They felt that they feel they can be safe around me, which they can be, right? And then it's still a phenomenon to other men saying, "Oh, you can do that." You understand? Right? This is why all my sisters, I'm telling you, I am so blessed to have some beautiful, righteous women around me. And yes, when they're around me, they can relax and be with me in that way. And it does look like, wow, something else. It's not just them there. They're some, you know, right?
Yeah.
But it's not that abusive or let me just titilize you and all them things there. You understand? Because that's another essence when you can bring the beauty of a woman out in your presence amongst other people as well. Because usually it's just in the privacy of whatever. Right? No, come on now. Yeah?
Definitely.
Right.
It's true. The way you treat them.
Yeah.
You know, is the way you deal with the person.
Oh, there's a question was tapping in the back of my head. Ask the question. All right. The dynamics of your children, what are they? Are they like girls, boys? What's it?
Yeah, 6 girls, 1 boy. I've got 7 kids. Sorry,
You've got 7 children.
Yeah, I didn't tell you. I've got 6 girls, 1 boy.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 6 grandkids, 2 grandsons in the midst.
Okay. So you got the football team.
Yes.
Right, that's so. You're taking over the world. Yeah, man.
6 aside.
Yeah, man.
I'm nearly gonna have 7 grandkids, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. At least we know. 7 aside. The full house. Well done. Anyhow, listen. If you want to stay on, no problem. Right? We got 1 more hour for the show here on Galaxy.
No, I don't mind.
You don't mind? Okay then. I'm going to play a little interlude and then I'll move on to the next subject of discussion tonight.
Yeah.
Okay? All right then.
Yeah.
Take care. Fry up one of them fritter and send it for me, yeah?
Right, yeah, trust me.
Oh my gosh, look at this. She's multitasking already. Hide it. Yeah. Anyhow, listen, you take care, and we'll be back in a little while. Yeah.
All right then, my love.
Okay. I'm sure I played this already.
Avec toutes ces feuilles, je me ferai un cercueil de chansons d'automne. Je me ferai un matelas en papier sur mon petit toit, en pensant à toi. Tu sais, moi, c'est un petit délire, un petit fou rire au milieu de ce navire perdu en ici. Juste un petit fou rire, un petit fou rire, un petit fou rire.
Hay una que otra excepción, pero todo sucede con práctica. Sí, pero enfoquémonos en la práctica. La medida positiva que aguanta mi táctica de disfrutar de tu error sin derramar una lágrima. El amor de calidad es como una heroína, de esa que se inyecta, digo yo, y que también se termina. Me aburre la misma esquina, me aburre el mundo y todo lo que patrocina. Tirémosle una bolsa de caca a esa vitrina. El otoño llueve hojas y no hay nadie que las escriba. El cielo te regala el gris y tú le así la desconocida. Pero no le importa y se le olvida. Las nubes no están ofendidas. Yo miro como una vaca come pasto tendida, mientras otra la acaricia con su lengua tupida. Y que lo diga significa que ahí gusté de la vida. Y que la simpleza me encanta para mi trabajo de hormiga, con misterio, pasión y canciones de intriga, de ficción transgresiva, relaciones obsesivas. Y cuando dije que me iba, era solo un intento de rima, un comentario de retina. El invierno no contamina, con alergia trae hojas y flechas con ajo en las puntas, hechos amores crueles e inútiles, pero que ni una historia queda deshecha.
En las hojas haré canciones con el sabor del otoño.
Avec toutes ces feuilles,
me haré un colchón de papel y dormiré hasta que se seque el lodo. Pa' caminar sin mancharme, venir aquí a mi mundo, al lado en el campo, hasta que pinchen el globo.
Yes, sir. Oh.
Lion of Judah, we are the father. Black carpet. Everything set, you know. Rastaman a chant. You know, see it. I am not a black as Sabbath and now all a reverence. Chant for child love, we never run no wire veins. And no money make we want some $100 and cents. Whenever the fire burn, Rasta no care who take it. Get my hygiene, let's roll and flip. Quote the 23rd time and load the child. Tonight we stepping out from the boathouse and sing. Rasta man in red, gold and green. Then what you think? Let Babylon burn. Too long them out of place, now them get conk and them a moving on. Let Babylon burn. See them a lock down and chase the whole world. Them want to vaccinate. Let Babylon burn. See my people as safe, I beg Celestia, I to give me the faith. Let Babylon burn. Burn, burn, Babylon, burn, burn, burn. Them not to call you on paper, got the system out that done fail. Our basic life, them let we down to the truth, them now I'm say. Don't be a victim or be a traitor. Babylon system a failure. Down the deep in the class warfare, never see no get to you be a faker. Tell me wait till later, it's the revolution time now later. In African style of creator, come start it up and the so mama whoa. The story
fire.
Told, the people under mind control. Let Babylon burn. Too long them out of place, now them get conk and them a moving on. Let Babylon burn. See them a lock down and chase the whole world, them want to vaccinate. Let Babylon burn. See my people are safe, I beg Celestia to give me the faith. Let Babylon burn, burn, burn. Babylon burn, burn, burn. I and I got black and Sabbath and now all a reverence. Time for child love, we never run no wire veins. And no money make me want so $100 and cents. Whenever the fire burn, Rasta no care who take offense. Yes, my hygiene, let's roll up. What the 23rd time and load the chalice. Tonight we stepping out from the boathouse and think. Rasta man in red, gold and green. Then what you think? Let Babylon burn. Too long them out of place, now them get conk and them a moving on. Let Babylon burn. See them a lock down and chase the whole world, them want to vaccinate. Let Babylon burn. People are safe, I beg Celestia to give me the faith. Let Babylon burn, burn, burn. Babylon burn, burn, burn.
You think them a get the message yet? Huh? You think they're getting the message? All the listeners out there, remember. Yeah. They think they get the message yet, man. Everything. This is one of the things, what we have to realize, it's like when you play somebody playing golf, right? And then you have the caddy. But the caddy know how to play the game better than the player. Yeah. He know to feel better. And it's like we are the caddy because we're telling them where they're going wrong. We're showing them the ups and downs and ins and outs and everything. They're executing and they're messing up the whole game. And all we can do is just hold our head in shame as we walk alongside of them. Mm-hmm. You know? Right? Because if you listen to the caddy now, you take shortcut and just ease through the whole thing. Right? But the thing is that they're just not listening. They're not hearing until they get their ass bust. Yeah? And this is one of the things I want to speak about this afternoon here, right? As a subject of discussion. How long are we gonna be holding their hands and let them fall down upon their own foot and face and let them go on with themselves? Because it's time now that we take our own stance for ourselves, right? I am so glad that there has been a surgence, recent surgence of the northern African regions of independency to really push for this independency. I'm also very glad as well that the Caribbean islands are following that of Barbados' recent departure, and they're taking on the mantle of really setting themselves up to be independent, not dependent on the system, and irrespective of the person's personal choice of lifestyle, she's doing a fine job right there, so by holding and holding the whole of the citizens of Barbados to account as well, and representation, and hold them to the state that no, we have to step up our program. We're not waiting on acknowledgement for. Yeah.
You know what I believe here? Jamaica
Mm.
has gotten so dependent on their funding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, their backdoor deals. Put it that way. Call it what it is. Call it what it is. Their backdoor deals to the point where they are so complacent that they don't want to let go. And I mean the leaders, not the people.
Exactly.
These greedy leaders don't want to let go because their pocket has been funded, not the country, not the people. Their lifestyle has been funded, and they know that if they back down, they're going to lose all that.
Mm-hmm. And that's what it is. It's going to take that self-sacrificing person who's going to have to really put himself out there, stand on his own, and
said enough is enough.
Yeah, and I say he. It could be a she, because remember, it wasn't wholeness, because I remember him saying no first time round.
Yeah.
It was Portia who pushed the paper upon the table, right? And then obviously that started the momentum on this occasion, right? And I was hoping that they would incorporate the Rastafari movement of Jamaica. Hence, that's their biggest export of cultural diversity from Jamaica, right? That they would have incorporated them within their application. But as we know, there's always that stigmatary towards that culture anyway, right? But at the same time, they are standing strong in their own right globally.
Yeah, look how much acknowledgement Jamaica has gotten from Africa. All around Africa, we've been acknowledged. I mean, Jesus, the fire's burning, and those in power can't see because they're full of. I'm not gonna say.
I think you've said it already.
You understand me? All you have to do is stand up because the country is already poor. Yeah, the country is already been great of everything. There's nothing left in Jamaica other than the sea, and they already sell the beaches, they sell the rivers, they sell the mountain, they sell the hills, they sell the valley. The only thing left is for the people to realize that they have been sold back into slavery again.
Well, they never left.
Here, brother. I'm awakened, not by man, but by spirits.
You know what my desire, this is only my personal desire, and like just observing what's been happening over the last 10 years or so in the Caribbean. I'm hoping all of those, like the smaller islands, right, and the ones that have been devastated by natural disasters, that they come together. They come together, right? Set up their own independent consortium and bring those who wish to migrate there so that the children and the future generation have a chance to be totally independent.
Can you imagine?
Yeah?
Because we're not independent.
No, we're not
I
independent.
don't celebrate Independence Day.
There you go. I was about to ask you that. Hey! I was about to ask you that.
No, I'm not cooking no pot of curry boat. I'm not cooking no pot of oxtail.
Mm.
I'm not doing no dried chicken, no dried pork. I'm not celebrating Independence Day because we are not independent. They are sleeping, but I'm not.
And this is the discourse that I wanted to bring to the conversation this afternoon, right? Because as we do here on the Blacknificent, and I emphasize again, it's you on your personal journey and your personal empowerment. Right? Let's face facts. Let's face the truth. Right? Let's face the truth. Oh, that. You that? I hope that's not my ringtone you got there. Anybody register underneath that get bud? Oh dear. Anyhow, this is it, because obviously in it being in the mainstream of our conversation as descendants and diasporians and those who are from that island, is the main topic of discussion at this moment, right? Independency, or are we under dependency? And let's state the obvious and the not so obvious as well, right? Now, obviously, over the years, there has been many a discussion on education, right? How can I put it now? There's a lecture series that I went to by Professor Les Henry now. He had a lecture program, the Education, right? And I was going through various things of the time. Obviously, it can be vastly updated since the time that we done that course and ran that line. And to say that there has been a education would be an understatement, The question also I would like to hear about is home education, right? Because obviously, if we're going to be independent of a system, we have to be educating ourselves outside of the system and what things we need to be educating ourselves with as well. Obviously, the fundamentals of the structure of society, we have to play and replenish those places, those spaces, right, with our people, right, with those that support us and the journey that we need to go on, right? Now, I know that there is a big fear factor surrounding that. And the reason why there's a big fear factor surrounding that is because it hasn't been done. It hasn't been done. So when we do it now, or when we intend to do it now, it's going to take that leap of absolute dedication and faith that it can be done and it should be done. Now, taking on what happened with our boss lady there and her two children, exclusion. Where do you start? Where do you take them from there? Right? And obviously, if you're being let down by one system, you have to create your own. You have to create your own, because we know that there are many a sister, right, or family that has been facing this, right? And then when they want to put them into an element of seriously disruptive children,
Yeah.
right? Obviously, those children will be influenced by who's ever there as well at some stage, even if the attention is not.
Because sorry brother, two has gone down that road in the system already. So what they do is label the other two the same way. Two bright and intelligent young lady, young girls, yeah, being attacked by a system and nobody can see the danger.
Exactly. And it's only those who are attentive, because we know what could possibly happen. A child that is being neglected. I'm sorry to say it and put it this way, but they could be neglected, left within that system, and also the stigma of, oh, you're in that type of place, you're going to be a criminal. This is the bashing that they could be getting in the home environment.
Yeah.
So imagine leaving your home and you have that as a burden around you, and then going into the school where they do treat you like that, potentially, well, you may as well prepare yourself, because you're going to end up in this way anyhow.
Because the school started out with the phone call. She will be at the school for 1 hour, sit in front of the school where everybody's passing this little girl, 13-year-old girl, laughing at her, mocking her. Yeah, those who don't like her. Yeah, and then they put her in a bus like a prisoner and transfer her to a pool. I said, over my dead body, it's not going to happen. So hear what? Find somebody else to put in that bus, because not my child. I stood against
and this is the thing. Home education. I've always been a person that believes that would be the best alternative, in preference to them going into a education system that only prepares you for the, let's say, the niceties of life according to them. I've got a caller on the line. Welcome back, brother Adam. Welcome back.
Yeah. Hi.
Greetings. I've got a caller on the line here, right? They're on another network, right? Boss lady. Okay. Author, and potential activist, right? As long as we can keep her calm down, right? I think we're going to sit her next to Prophet Quaker and see how them get on. In the ways there. Anyhow, so I'm moving the subject along, right? To see, like, obviously the celebration of independence or dependence, okay, and also to incorporate what is going to be happening for the future. What do we need to actually emulate that independent state that we need as well, right? So, anyhow, what's your contribution this afternoon, my brother?
Oh, right. Oh, I was just ringing to see if there'd been any other information, or has anybody else rang in with my violence against women and girls?
Well, we've been discussing that. We have been discussing it.
Oh, right. I missed that. What did you come up with then?
There wasn't much said at all, apart from, right? We have a sister who was on there, and she's our sister boss lady here, right? So if you want to pose some questions to her, and I'm sure she will answer you. Right? Okay then. Can you hear Brother Adams on the line? Yes, she's not in. Yes, she can hear you. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So anyhow, pose your question and see if you can hear her, and then you can have your conversation in that way.
Yes, boss lady. My name is Adam. I was just raising the information earlier on today about violence against women and girls in our community, and I was seeing if there were any females at all who might have any input on that, because I'm looking to do some training work in the city where I live here in the UK. And I mean, have you got any inputs or any insights at all into the whole thing about violence towards African women and girls?
Yeah, well, my input is that these men, you have to look from the root cause before you can even attack the situation. You have to look at the root cause because everything comes from a root.
Yes.
Behavior, situation, it all have a root.
Yes.
And these young men or men do not just act out because they are evil or because they're wicked. It's coming from a broken place, a fractured place, a scarred place. Some of these young men have gone through stuff that caused them to react. And because what they've been through have not been directed or impacted in a positive way.
Right.
They don't go out their way to use that hurt, that scar, that bruise, whatever it is that is going on beneath that root. And other women and young girls who do not deserve to get that impact.
Yes.
So first you have to look on the young men in your community. Our community outreach with young men. You know, question them. Ask them, have you ever been hurt? Or have you ever feel like you're not being treated as though you are a human being? Because hurting people go about hurting others.
If they choose to, yes.
Go about breaking others. Abusive persons go about, people who have been abused go about abusing others.
But that's if they choose to. I mean, there's no real direct correlation to say that if you've been abused, you have to go out and then start abusing other people. People choose to do that if that's what they want to do. If they don't know, if they do not, if they don't act better.
From somewhere, brother. It's coming from somewhere. No real human being in their right mind is going to get up and just start a beat on a woman. It's coming from somewhere.
You're right. Yes, I said that earlier on.
And until we tackle those situations, our young girls, our daughters, our nieces, our granddaughters will be in trouble.
You're right. Yeah, that's why I've started to look into this thing very seriously. What country are you calling from?
I'm in the UK.
Oh, you're in the UK, right? Okay, yeah, because
I'm in the UK.
Oh, right, yeah, the situation that we've definitely seen with African women over here is something that we've really got to start looking at, and I think a lot of the time it's swept under the carpet. And then there's another thing where, again, I link to our enslavement, because I'm going to have a section in this workshop called Licks is Not Love, right? And I honestly do believe that some of our women and some of the men believe that if you attack a woman or if you beat a woman, it somehow shows love or affection, or it shows that, you are, you feel for this person. And, it's only an enslaved mind that could actually have that kind of twisted and distorted, broken perspective, don't you think?
Yes, there you go. There you go. Because there's a quote from Bob Marley's song. It said, free yourself from mental slavery. Nobody for yourself. But some of these men they need that help and support to free themselves.
Right. Oh gosh. I think I've tried to merge another call on there. I'm hoping he's going to call back. Okay, I've got brother. Hold on. I got him again. Okay. Right. I'm trying to make this thing work. I'm trying to make this thing work here in the studio, and I'm pressing the buttons as directed, and they're not doing it. It's not doing it. So we're gonna have to. Well, I'm gonna have to take it one at a time. So go ahead, brother Adam. Go ahead.
Yeah. Right. I didn't hear what the sister said. What? Because it just went straight to the music. Because what did she say? I heard her say about the Bob Marley quote, and that was the last thing I heard her say.
No, I'm saying there's a quote from one of Bob Marley's songs that said, "Free yourself from mental slavery. Nobody else can do it but yourself. And in order for this to stop or this to end, then we have to go to the root cause of what's keeping them in that mentality." And it only takes a patient person in the community to really dig deep and to have patience with these men that abuse women.
Yeah. Well, I hope that I'll be able to do something with this program because, with this workshop, because I mean, I do believe that, again, I think that, we have just been imitating the behavior of white males from when we were enslaved, because I know that back then, if a white male wanted an African woman to do so, not even a woman, any African, if a white male wanted any African to do something, it would be violence and or the threat of violence. And I think that, we just, the men just started to imitate or practice the same type of thing that they saw white males doing. But then that also led to another thing where African women would then say, right, if they want their children to do certain things, they would use violence and or the threat of violence against their own children. And so if that's something that's been passed from husband to wife and then from wife to children, those children are going to grow up and more than likely do exactly the same thing. I mean, don't you think that there could be some truth in the fact that some of these women will take it out on their children because their men were taking it out on them?
For me, for me, it can reflect in that, and I could speak from my personal experience, right? But I'm going to hold back. I'm going to hold back for now, right? I'm going to hold back for now, and allow our sister to talk through as well, right? Um, who else do we have on there? Well, I think we have Sister Sandra. We have Sister Sandra, if she's up there, right? But we're going to see if she can come up in a little while. Okay, so you continue, Brother Adam, for now, right?
Yeah. So boss lady, it is boss lady, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah. So boss lady, well, you sound like you've got an accent from the Caribbean.
Yes.
Do you see? Is there much violence towards women and girls in the Caribbean?
Hold on. Right, she's not available at the moment. When she returns, she'll take your question.
Right.
Okay. Right.
Did you say Sandra was there then?
I've got Brother Akram.
All right.
Yeah, Grand Rising, my brother, and
yes, brother.
Grand Rising, Brother Adam, and Grand Rising to our sister, and I can relate with much of what she's saying because I was in a relationship with a sister. She had when I met her, she already had 7 children, and she's I mean, I'm telling you, some men is just unbelievable. I mean, imagine someone have 7 children for you. Sadly, one of them died on like our sister there, where she still have her 7 children. But the fact is that a person have 7 children for you, and you're beating her, you're doing everything to abuse her to the worst. I'm telling you. I mean, I'm telling you the kind of abuse. One day I came home, and from the time I get to the door, there was blood all the way up to the bedroom. He came to the house, right? And he beat her all the way down to the stairs, right? Dislocated her shoulder. Lucky she didn't die because beat her down the stairs. You understand me? And this person has children for you. Now, if you kill that person or your children see you beating or doing all of these things, what sort of thing does it leave on you? You know? I mean, as you say, but as the sister is saying, yes, man have feelings, but sometimes it's out of jealousy. Because apparently what happened is that she came from more influential family than her. And he was basically like, you know, it's like a rebellious revenge sort of thing. You know, your family is saying, I can get you, and I can do. You understand me? You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's very difficult to understand how, and because she was more concerned about her children. So when the police come, she will not push case, she will not do anything like that, because she doesn't want to hurt him. She doesn't want, because
I know.
you know, she's thinking, well, my children's father.
This is the thing that a lot of cases do end up like, and I you know, I could relate to that as well, but I won't share the incidents that I know of. Okay, but you know, well, I mean, we've got enough trauma around our conversation as it is standing right now, right? But the thing is that we have to, as you say, brother Adam, you're looking to see what we think. I gave my opinion earlier on, right? Of like where and how, and it's very much in line with the boss lady here, and this is her first time coming onto the into the Galaxy Forum in this way, right? And obviously the types of questions that we ask on Galaxy are probably not the norm conversations. Let's put it that way. But we all we ask is just to be honest and upfront in your conversation, and how we actually engage in that way. And in many ways, my brother, right? It's kind of like it's an open discussion, right? Even as you pose it, it's an open discussion, and that is why I personally chose to bring it into context of where I am and what I have experienced in my time, my lifetime, right? In preference to the obvious thing is the fallout of what's happened since the time of our slavery journey, right? And those influence on our parents and grandparents, right? And how it's affected them, right? Because even the parenting that we have experienced from our parents, grandparents, is different to what we try to put to our children in most cases, and what is acceptable in our system and society where we live, right? Because you know there's a difference between like, for instance, what we experience here in the UK and what we allow or tolerate over here in the UK. Sorry, I didn't say experience. What we tolerate over here in the UK to what we experience when we go to the Caribbeans, right? In some of our cases, or even in the Africas as well, right? So you know that it's a completely different way of living, and what their expectations of what a relationship can be and how it is taken care of in those places over there as well, right?
But you know, Brother Aston, it's just, I mean, for the sister, let me say, if the sister's still there, you know, it's not only women that get abused, men get abused, but maybe not in the most violent way, like how they do the women.
She pointed that aspect out as well. She pointed that out.
Right. You know, because the point is, I've met many.
You with us?
I have many friends, and you know, they've gone to the Caribbean, to Africa, bring women back here, you know, and when the women come here, they actually kick them out of their house.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And they go as far as crying rape, get to the police, and all these sort of things. I mean, they meet the man with a home, and then, okay, fine, you maybe you don't, but the man even bring you out here, where you can probably increase your life and do better. But you go as far as wanting to take the man's house.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, you make the man live. And now you know, and the man has brought you out from the Caribbean or from Africa where you were in a bad state or you were
yeah. Let's say you're at an disadvantage being a certain sex, but you know they like to have equality. Anyway, all right. Listen. I'm going to give this subject 5 more minutes because I have my sister Sandra waiting on the other line, right? And I know that she wants to cover a subject that we are looking to monitor over there in Jamaica as she participates in that, right? So I'll give it 5 more minutes, right? Boss lady's still unavailable at this time, right? Right, Brother Adams, couple of minutes on your subject.
Well, yes, I mean, thanks very much for the input and the input from Boss Lady and whatever, and for Akram. So okay, I guess we'll have to I'm going to just keep on pushing on and seeing if there's any other information I can gain. But I definitely think that we need to start looking at the violence against women and girls. It's a topical issue that needs to be addressed. I believe a lot of it gets swept under the carpet in our communities, and as a result of that, our women, our girls are being mistreated, not by us as African men, right? And I think that we're going to have to try and find a way about it, but let's try to talk about it as well. Let's not just think it's something that we don't want to talk about and just try to hide. If anybody's interested in giving me any more information, they can call me on 07741 416 987.
Okay, then. All right. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Brother Adam. Right. Greetings, my sister Sandra. And how are you? Was your journey?
Greetings.
Oh no! Don't say you're gonna glitch on me now.
Greetings, Brother Aston.
Greetings. I'm hoping you're here.
But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Right. Let's just get straight into it now. Straight into this. Right. I have another person on the line, but she's offline at the moment. But she's listening. She's able to listen in, and boss lady, right? She's currently in the UK, and but she originates from Jamaica. Okay. Right? And of course, I've got Brother Adams on the line alongside Brother Akram as well. So, what do you have to bring to us today, my sister? And I know that you was in transition and everything and all that. So, here, go for it.
So it's interesting you speak about, or it has been spoken in terms of independence. What does it actually mean? And I know the conversations from a maroon communication and conversation, their thought process is there can be no conversation about us without us. So we speak about independence, we speak about going along the lines and Barbados. But are we and do we have the capabilities in-house? Bearing in mind we've been given the independence ticket already. We've been given a golden ticket when independent from the you're still suckling, we're still depending on, we're still looking at, and we've still got a number of the same ways, as if to say we were still part of the British rule. So if we're going to go down the Barbados route, we're not going to, is the question, and that was a conversation I was having with my sister Serene. She's out of the car at the moment. But her conversation, and it's for me, it sounds logical. Are we going to trade one leader, master, for another? As in moving away from the British and that we often hear, and whilst I'm here, I'm hearing and seeing how the Chinese and or other nations have come in and are supporting, quote unquote, the economy. Do we have the skills in house? Are we prepared to do what independent nations do and build our own, hold on to our own, invest in our own? And if we're not able to do some of those things, and again, if I bring it back to the maroon communities, have the conversations from a treaty that was signed back in the day by the maroon leaders, and the rights that were bestowed on them by way of that said treaty,
Yes.
ensuring then that those conversations are still had, and you don't, being a footnote is one thing, but being a dot is nothing, is something else. And you don't want to become that dot.
Yeah,
You
I,
don't want to
I am.
become that.
Yeah, I am deliberately avoiding historical, right? And I'm
Okay.
very glad. I'm very glad that you posed your commentary towards what is going to be coming forward, right? The reason why I'm glad you did that, um, mainly because I want to flavor the conversation towards, or our conversation towards, the possibilities of what is available for us to go forward. So if there's a need to rejuggle, re-educate, reinvent the wheel of international presence for the island, what does it look like, and how can we actually be part of that? And what can we see the signs of being part of that as well?
So there will be, from an education point of view, and just in terms of how things are done, the education system would need to embrace, enhance, and or change, whereby we give the young children, the
Yes.
young people, an opportunity. So if we're
Yes.
moving away from the historical, from a farming, agricultural island,
Hmm.
you can't survive off of tourism. So then
Okay.
what are the young people going to do from an industry point of view, from just a maintaining? And if we've sold all the silver, what are we going to do?
Mm.
So the young people, there needs to be something for the young people to do, so that they can see, they can invest in and see a future that
Yeah.
is on the island rather than on somebody else's landmass.
Mm. Mm.
They can respect and understand or overstand that there are
Mhm.
things that they can do. So
Mm.
agriculture, yeah, that's frowned upon at the moment, but hey, we all need to eat.
Mm.
AI cannot do agriculture for you. And there are foods and food kinds that come off the island
Yeah.
that are the best in the world.
Mm.
It's renowned, it's known, harness it. We
Mm.
don't use it for the benefit of the
Mm. Greetings.
people.
Yes. Yes.
So if I think to myself and I look
Mm.
around and I'm thinking, okay, in terms of industry that we have,
Yeah. Oh,
there are
the feed is
times
dropping
when
out. Mm.
you're looking around and the mangoes are on the ground, but then we
Plenty
still export mango
before.
juice. Got
Yeah.
the natural resource market, and so that there would need to be a change from an edit of the possible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This
Mm.
is one of those conversations that I know that you already started to have the conversation.
Yeah.
I'm happy that I've had a chance to say something, but it's a lot lot deeper than let's just follow the model
Nadia.
that Bob.
Oh, all right. Okay. Right. Listen. Your line is breaking up. Because you're on a different network and
the
everything.
blueprint that Barbados is using.
The line is breaking up very badly, unfortunately. Okay, good. It's not working. It's not. There you go. Then it goes into the spin.
He's provided.
Okay, it's gone into the spin. Okay, maybe. Pity. We're losing the network over there. But what we do, we'll hold it on the side for now. Hopefully, it should be able to dial back in, and then we can resume that. We can resume that before the end of the program. Right then. So we got brother Adams, brother Akram. Are you still with us?
Yeah, good night.
Right.
Yeah, good night.
Right. Do you have anything else to contribute for today towards the program?
What I have to contribute? Well, as I said, I mean, you were talking about the independence and so forth there, and I agree with the sister there. What kind of independence are we celebrating? And we need to get their mind around the situation that we're in.
Yes.
And it seems like a lot of us don't seem to be in that that clear mindset of where we are and what we're going through, you know. And so yeah, I mean, I'm as a very strong sister, I have great respect for her. I mean, you know, I mean, coming from where she has come from and the hardships which she has had to endure. And you know, I give her much respect. And as I said, you know, coming to the situation of Jamaica and the rest of the world, African world, you know, you see what our man Traore has done, and the other brothers in the Sahel, and yet still we have people fighting against them, you know, and you have to keep wondering, what is wrong with our mind? What is wrong with our mind that we feel that we cannot break away from these Europeans?
Well,
that they know what is
as it's been pointed out many times. A lot of us don't even realize that we're indoctrinated into this system, right? A lot of us don't, and then there's the other side of it. A lot of us do, but we're not willing to make that commitment to disengage from
change.
Yes, yeah, for change as well. Yeah,
they don't want to change. A lot of us don't want to change. And hey, Brother Akram's on the line.
Yes,
so I mean, like, and isn't he the father of the quote? Do we really want to change? So I mean, he's been saying that on Galaxy. It must be more than 5 years, probably even longer. That he's been saying that. Do we really want to change? Because if we don't really want to change, then we're going to just carry on as we are, and then continue to blame the Indians, the Chinese, the white, the good old faithful, the white man. And hey, listen, if interplanetary space travel became a reality tomorrow and the Martians came down to Earth, right? Within a couple of years, they'll be selling mangoes, sweet potato, planting on the open markets, and then our people will be buying from them, and then our people will still be saying it's the Martians who are to blame as to why black people continue on in the condition that they're in.
I know.
A green-skinned, bug-eyed, scaly Martian will come and sell you planting and talk to you like that. Yeah, it's good planting. You can't even bloody understand the word they're saying, and sell you that. And the next thing, you're going to see that Martian driving down the road in a Lamborghini, and all of the money that he's made came from us.
Yeah. Hold on. It's been done before. Exactly. Anyhow, our sister Sandra's back. Hopefully, it's a strong and clearer line this time. Come, my sister. Quickly. Tell me what's happening with you right now.
So currently I'm going to be making my way over to Montego Bay for the conference Beyond Horizon conference, aimed at seniors, but not only seniors, but those who are active, whether or not you're currently within that age bracket or whether or not you're coming up to that age bracket, or whether you've passed that age bracket, and having a conversation, because the number of seniors across the world, let alone in Jamaica, is increasing. We often have discussions about children, minors, the teenagers, those at school in terms of education, those who
Yeah.
are young people in terms of the work and the opportunities. We speak about retirement and then the conversation disappears
Yeah.
into Morse code.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
conversation still needs to continue because there's a lot of people who are seniors over the age of 60 who can do for themselves. As
Mm-hmm.
they say, 60 is the new 40, is the new 30. They
No, no, no,
can pick up,
don't push it too far, you know.
but but
Hey.
but the knowledge and the skills that they have, the one
Oh,
thing they
knowledge.
may not always have is the speed of the internet and getting through and around the technology. But give them time, they'll pick up the technology in exactly the same way. But do we
It's not,
give them the time?
what you will find as it's like a, I can say, the conveyor belt of time is moving along, right? Those of old ways, they're dropping out, and then what the new ways, or what we used to be called the new ways, right? We're coming to the forefront now. So those of the speedy technology, they will come to our time in the end, and then they will be dropping out, and then we'll just move on in them ways there. So don't rush it. Don't rush it. It's coming. It's coming.
But it's not even whether or not you rush it. It's just appreciating and being conscious of where you are at this moment
Yes.
and enjoying where you are at this moment and recognizing what you are able to, capable of doing at this moment, and
Hmm.
embracing it.
Hmm.
You don't get to an age where you're put onto the pile of you are no longer useful.
Hmm. Hmm.
The young people are not talking to the elders, to the seniors. So there's a mismatch in terms of, you know, sometimes
Oh,
I think to myself, okay, am I going to get one over my mum? They've already been there. They've already. What we need to do is engage with the seniors so that we can both and we can all grow in our
yes.
perspective swim lanes.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
it is tomorrow. It is Montego Bay. It's at the Catalonia Hotel, and there are still seats available.
Uh-huh.
However, and what we're aiming to do is pack it out. Like I said, the numbers are increasing, and next year we've already booked and reserved space in Kingston, hotel in Kingston, to do the conference over 2 days, because these discussions do need to be had, and we need to continue these discussions.
Wow. Wow. So you're doing a year in advance bookings now.
Doing it, yep. Save the date, put it in the diary, 24th, 25th of July, 2026. We know
Da,
what
da,
the
da.
theme is going to be. But yeah, we are effectively having those conversations around the seniors, regardless whether you're in the UK, Jamaica, the Americas, the
Mm.
Canadas, etc., etc. You are
Okay.
not the ungodly, the unwashed, to be put onto the scrap heap of life. You have a lot to offer.
Shh, don't tell everybody. Don't tell everybody. Don't tell everybody. All right, then, my sister. You know that we've come to the top of the hour now,
I can
right?
see, yes.
And we're gonna be joining you again in the future, right?
Yeah.
Also very briefly mention about the young people's event that you recently.
Yeah, so
Uh,
yesterday you're speaking about independence, so we done a cultural pageant with the young people, and the
mm,
rationale behind that was to give them and encourage them to embrace their cultural heritage but not just embrace it from sitting watching it on the television or hearing their parents or guardians talking about it, but embrace it by doing activities, standing in front of individuals and speaking about what makes them proud. What does it mean for them? What changes would they like to see within the community? And some of the things that they said, you just had to say, you know what, out of the mouths of babes.
Wow.
They see, they want to make those changes. Will they get the support? That's where us as adults need to step up, give them that support, because whilst they still have that fire in their belly, let's support them, because what we can do very easily is give them a tablet and a phone and they suddenly get they become one of the zombies. Red pill or blue pill, you choose.
Yeah. Well, don't underestimate them. I'm going to tell you that now.
I know you said that they're geniuses, and I saw 8 geniuses doing their thing yesterday as part of the pageant, and they're all winners because they all brought something to the table that was worth consuming, and you leave with a belly full.
That's brilliant. And yeah, we look forward to that report next strong. Okay.
Definitely.
If it's possible, bring some either some of them
Video. Yeah.
or video or something with them.
Yeah.
Giving acknowledgement to Blacknificent radio station on Galaxy. La la la. You know how they do already. You know how they do.
Definitely.
And anyhow, it'd be great to have that interaction with them and get an established contact with them as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right then. Thank you so much for coming in, even for the short period, and we really appreciate that from you. Right, I'm going past the hour, and you know our sister Anawa is going to be up here very, very, very soon. Right, so all the best in the future, and with the conference that is going to be pending to come in as well. Okay, all right then. Right, this is what's happening, my people. Hold on, let me do allow Brother Adams. Brother Adams, you're online. Last words, my brother.
Yes. Okay. Well, yeah. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to bring this point in today.
Yes.
Let's all do our bit to try to protect our the females in our community. And first of all, we've got to start looking at ourselves and start asking ourselves the question: are we still potentially practicing attitudes and perceptions, at the least, from the plantations and brought it into 2025? Because if we are, then that's another thing that we're gonna have to start tackling and getting rid of. So in actual fact, I might even see about bringing this up in a Empress and Noah show.
Okay.
So
see if we can get through the security.
Sorry?
See if we can get through security.
Yes, if I can, I'll have to do some kind of hacking. Sometimes it's really, really hard to get onto our show.
All right.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
She might be in a good mood today.
Because she's always in a good mood.
Yeah, all right then. Okay.
Don't be like that. Don't be like that, man. Yeah. All right then. Listen, you take care. Thank you very much, brother Akram. Last words, my brother.
Yeah, just one thing. I don't know if Sister Sandra is still there.
No,
but
she's
what I would
gone.
like
She's
to
gone now.
She's gone. All right. Okay. Because what I wanted really was to put forward to her, because over 15 years ago, I went to the first Pan-African event that they had in Birmingham. And one of the questions that I asked from that meeting, are we coming back next year to do the same thing? And how many people really wake up from that, come out with something and basically it's made a difference to them or changed them in some way, And so when she was talking about having these meetings and other things, what I would have liked to ask her is, how are the people, when they listen to these lectures and other things, how are they coming out? I mean, is it making a difference to them? Are they really taking in? Are they making a change with what they're hearing or what they're listening to, or they just come to the meeting for the sake of coming to the meeting and then go away and then still nothing is done. Nothing, no change is taking place. You know, I would have liked to ask her, I mean, on her view.
Well, this is our first conference in this organization, so we could see from next strong and hear what she has to do to report back on that. Okay.
Right, that would be good. Yeah.
All right then. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm gonna see our sister, boss lady. Are you there? No, she's not. She's not available right now. Okay then. Right, people. Until our paths cross again, have a great time. Right. Until we meet again. Okay. Next up will be our sister Anoa. And I know I played it before, but I like this one. So
for every queen, a king will manifest. For every king, a queen will manifest. Every lion has a lioness. Every prince has a princess. There could be no king without his queen. Ain't no queen without her king. Just 'cause that's the way the Most High made us to be. Into you, follow me.
Like a bird with a broken wing, like a bee without its honey. Without you, I am not complete. You were made in perfect unity.
Like a ship that's lost at sea, like a blind man who cannot see. Without you, I am not complete.
End of
you
the program.
My mind, my soul, my body. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Oh, forgot to mention about for Cumbria Vibe. Yeah, that operation today.
Let us settle down and raise a family, and we will reach the Most High's blessing, as we will plant and nourish a righteous seed under a holy unity.
For life, I give myself to you and you for me. We'll be together through eternity.
I just tried to sing here.
Baby, you fulfill my mind, my soul, my body. Yeah, baby. Oh, baby.
How life is coming to me right now.
You, my queen. You support and strengthen me.
Mutual respect for you, my king. What a love.
Oh, baby.
That's right.